Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children hopefully over the age of 18 with the amount of swearing that we do, welcome at long last to D20 Live's 2018 Q&A stream. Oh shit, I didn't mute this thing. Silence! Me from 3 seconds ago. I am Big Mike. And Sam, we did it! 10 streams!
Woo!
We did not miss a single stream this year. In fact, we added new content. We added the craft check. We added the week before streams. The entire year's worth of content from the long game of Dark Sun. Absolutely everything went off without a hitch. We had one Patreon mistake, and it all went over great. I think this was a definitively successful year for D20 Live. Of course, I am Big Mike.
Hi. It's me, Glory Greatest. Yes.
Sam, the production manager.
Glory
We
Greatest.
are here to answer your questions today for the D20 Live. Survey is at long last up. Welcome. Come on in. Ask us your questions. We will lie our friggin' butts off. All the RPG books are up. It is time to kick back. How goes it? We're doing good. I am tired.
The link to the survey is down below. On YouTube, it's the first link that should show up in the description. On Twitch, it's gonna be it's not the D20 Live logo that I made. It's the other logo. That's the image, and above it, it should say the year-end survey. Just click on the logo, the other logo that we have.
Plus, even if you miss the links, our glorious moderators. I'm gonna answer that question in a second. Jack, many names. Our glorious moderators will be, of course, pasting the link in the descriptions. What would you say is the best Pathfinder adventure path? And can you rank the Pathfinder paths from best to worst? I cannot rank the Pathfinder adventure paths from best to worst because there's now over 120 modules in the line. Although now finally the first editions of modules for Pathfinder are finally done, because with Return of the Rune Lords is now marks the end of that entire timeline. That being said, if I had to name my best, it's still Kingmaker. Really. Just because it gives the Game Master the most opportunity to really modify and put their own stuff in and make changes. Yes, Colin J. Squall, you will notice that we have put out, as always, every single book that I own. Not every book that Sam owns, because that would be...
I don't have them here.
You don't have them here. But they are all here. If you need to ask me a question related to one of these books, you're welcome to ask it. You jumped over to Twitch. Fair enough, Rusty. But yeah, we are up. Are we recording?
No, I just pressed start stream.
Okay, we're going to have to pull the video after the...
That's fine.
Yeah. Welcome, everyone. And yeah, ask us your questions, please. We welcome them. Tell your friends. This is the one time of the year is just for the fans, as opposed to all of our previous streams were just us shooting the shit.
It's yearly.
It is yearly. Sup gamers, how is it going? We're doing really good, Lord Jesus Christ. How are you? Jeez, how much weight is sitting on that table? That is a fuck ton of books. I am aware.
He tried to move it and it nearly tipped over.
I literally tried to push the table in that direction and the whole thing just went over. Almost. What do you think of Advanced Dungeons and Dragons in the name of God? Which one?
AD&D is second.
AD&D is second?
Yeah.
I thought AD&D had a first ed.
There's two versions of AD&D, but
yeah.
It's second edition. Right? It's like 3 and 3.5.
Yeah.
So it's 2 and 2.5.
Fair enough. It's relatively strong. And Shadow Crone is hosting us. Thank you, Shadow Crone. Second AD&D. Thank you, Jack. Many names. I've only played it once, and I had a relatively rough time because the problem I found with second AD&D Game Master games is they're very combat focused and very rules and mechanics focused, and I'm very much a role-playing player, as you well know.
Yes.
And I still don't understand Thaco. You've given up.
I've given up.
You've given up trying to explain it to me.
I've really tried.
Dark Swordsman, what are we talking about? Whatever you all want to talk about. We will answer your questions. We will reply.
The survey for the year-end stream is down below in the links. Yeah. There will be... It's the first link in YouTube, and underneath in Twitch, it should be not the D20 Live logo of Puff, the other D20 Live logo. There should be a thing that says the year-end stream.
Lord Jesus Christ is now hosting us. Thank you, Lord Jesus Christ. But yeah, this is the day where you ask us all the questions you have, and we fill out the survey, Superfast friends broke up? Oh, well, we haven't. Second Ed Black got a green book version. Oh, fair enough. But yeah, ask us questions. We're here to talk with you. What would you do for a Legacy of Kain game?
Isn't that just the entirety of Terrible Warriors?
It was Terrible Warriors. Was me paying homage to Legacy of Kain. Because the problem is with Legacy of Kain is a continuity very driven around Kain and his decisions, right? And the decisions of him and Raziel. Mm-hmm. And the continuity makes explicit mention that if you are not a part of one of those two people, your life does not matter, right? Porting over those vampires would be fun. Porting over Kain would be fun, but yeah, alignments have their own languages. No, that was weird.
That's
second. Was that a thing in second?
That's A&D. Yep.
They so had what was chaos? Was it just
chaotic neutral had its own, chaotic evil had its own, and chaotic good had its own language.
What was chaotic neutral? The Tasmanian devil?
I don't know.
That's
the thing is that you could literally make an argument that it had its own language that only other chaotic good people could understand if you were chaotic good, and I'm like, this makes no sense.
Ever thought of running a Cyberpunk 2020 game? Been running 2020 version 2.01, and we're having lots of fun. God, yes, Lord Jesus Christ. One of our fans actually sent me a copy of it. It's right over here, I think, in this stack. I've been loving the living hell out of it, and I'm studying it. It's just a matter of tucking in. Should you stat gods? Yes, if you are going to be dealing with gods on that level. It depends entirely how gods thematically fit in your game. If gods are something that are unknown and different and far away, no, don't do it. If you're going to fight gods, yeah, do it.
Does chaotic evil speak gibberish or evil laughs?
I don't know what he's doing. He's just cackling. Oh, you wanted steak. You wanted steak. God, Skeletor must be... Carly Gygax's idea for alignment languages came from his experience sitting on a Catholic mass spoken entirely in Latin.
It's the church! Oh
my God. That's lawful neutral. What are you saying? Amen. I'm hosting as well. I put it on Facebook and I'm here. I'm hoping someone else turns in the stream. Tons of people are turning in. You two have watched the Spoonie video, it seems.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I haven't, because I stopped watching Spoonie's review videos on it. It's just we share a lot of similar opinions about stuff.
I actually read the AD&D books about this because I own most of them. So, and AD&D is actually one of my favorite systems.
Jack Names is now hosting us. Thank you, Jack Names. Hey, Big Mike, have you put any more thought to a JoJo campaign? Right now, it's stood pretty much where it was before. It hasn't voted up a lot in the survey, which is literally happening now. Like, you can literally go into the link now and tell me you want a JoJo game. It's in there. You gotta go pop it up.
Oh, where's, crap. Where's... Is it Terror of Death? That's the one that keeps going.
For Gundam.
Where's Terror of Death? Somebody get Terror of Death and tell him.
Yeah, he's gonna vote.
And tell him.
By the way, if you are not here for the voting for these 2 hours, the vote will be up well into the new year, at least until like the first stream we do.
Yep.
So, best Summon Ruby game. How would that work? Oh man, we keep coming back to this question, don't we?
Yep.
You got to have a combat system that's as fun as watching combat is in Ruby.
Thank you, John, for putting the link in the.
Yeah, I'm gonna copy that link and I'm gonna put it in the Twitch chat. Copy link location, and I'm going to pop that in here, in the Twitch chat.
That's not what happened.
That is not what happened. Well, it works. It works.
I know, but it's just
I know it doesn't work, but I'm just going to get the share link. Here, I got this one, okay? And I'm going to periodically paste it into the chat, okay?
Please.
Okay? Are you feeling better as you have a fucking aneurysm?
Look how gross it is.
I'm aware of how gross it is, Sam. It lacks eloquence. Okay? And here is the short link here in YouTube. Oh boy, Ruby could try something like Exalt. Yeah, Exalted Second Ed could do it really well. But the problem is, you'd have to streamline down like it's a weird thing. I forgot, does the Discord have a game set up for the people in the Discord? Not really.
We have a looking for group.
Yeah, for people to get together on their own, but we haven't set up anything official on that.
Yeah, because most of the time, because of the fact that we don't have any time to host anything.
Which reminds me of something. We are looking for moderators now for
yes.
D20 Live. Let us know if you would like to help us moderating either on Twitch or YouTube.
Because then
especially the Discord as well, to help us kind of keep things fresh and such.
Because that way poor John can actually take a break and not have to worry about everything. Because we love John, but oh man, right now he's like, because he was messaging us going like, I don't feel the greatest, guys. If I dump out, don't worry. And I'm like,
we're like, just relax, John.
Take care of yourself, John. We love you.
Okay, here we go.
Yay!
The first vote has come through. One. As everyone's rushing, I'm hope you're all rushing, all of you who are watching, to fill in the survey. Yeah. You want a mod? I'm your man. Just okay. Yeah, no. Come talk to me, not before the new year, but after January 1st. Message message me on.
John's like, I'm allowed breaks.
Yes,
yes
you are,
John.
Yeah, we are looking for Lord Sathian. You're the first guy who popped his in. Let's see. I'm kind of curious. I'll watch the results when they.
But yeah, no, thank you. Yes, because if you want a mod, please, just message me. You can message me now on Discord.
I love how the first response was nothing sucks. You're doing fine.
Just if you want a mod, please message me on Discord. I will keep tabs on everybody, and then after January 1st, we will actually pick people to mod.
Yeah.
Because that way it's.
Do you want to regulate the moderators then?
I just send them to me so that way I can make a list.
Yeah.
Send them to me on Discord. Send me a message on Discord, and I will literally be like, okay, cool. These are people who want a mod. And then after January 1st, Mike and I will discuss it. We'll actually pick people at that point and be like, all right, cool. Okay. Rusty's like, I am not to be trusted with mod powers, but if you're willing to trust me, you're welcome to.
JoJo specifically Battle Tendency. Cool. All right, starting to get survey answers coming in now.
Yay.
I have a guess about what's going to take it. What's this? Oh, Persona.
Yeah,
okay.
It's Persona.
You know, because it wasn't showing in the thing.
It's too long of a name.
Is too long
because it's Persona Shin Megami Tensei.
Yeah, it was in there. See, I have a guess what's going to be for what people are going to vote for Combo of 2020. I don't know.
You don't want to say it. Because
I don't want to say it because they might do it for me or against me on that one. Huh. Okay. All right. Interesting. The first surveys are in.
I'm gonna message Jordan.
Yeah, tell Jordan. Tell Jordan. Interesting. Are there any players, NPC characters that you would like to see return to the game?
Ooh.
Really? That's fascinating. And for the most part, you guys are pretty happy with. Fine, keep going. Okay. Okay. I'm just reading the early surveys.
Sorry,
I'm gonna go.
Was me.
Okay, I want to read the chat. So D20 Live. Would you like progress prints of the Nil Gauntlet and want to see it complete? Wait to see it complete. You can send me Shadow Crowns. Your call. You're making it for me. Link to the survey.
Sorry, Rob. There will be a link.
It's coming right in. Link to the surveys in here. What do you think of the character Thanos Mike? Are we asking my opinion on Thanos?
You might want to mute this.
Yeah, I'm gonna mute this.
Thank you.
Yeah. What do you think of the character Thanos Mike? I'm assuming that's a comma between Thanos and Mike. I love Thanos. There's a reason I haven't had him show up now. As I've told you all in the past, I specifically want to save certain very important characters from various other continuities for what we do after.
Why don't we have your tablet with the chats and then...
Well, because this is bigger and it's better laid out.
Yes, but then we can't see the results.
Well, you can... Well, here, why don't you look at the results on my tablet?
Okay. I can do that?
Yeah, you can do that, and you can just look at the results, and you can tell me what's happening, and I can talk to the people.
Do you have the thing up?
Google Forms?
Somebody donated. Hang on.
You go check that out.
You set that up. I will look.
All right, I'm gonna go set that up. It's a lovely day in the D20 Live base.
Dark Summers Wind donated $10.
Thank you, Dark Summers Wind. What did he say?
For making 2018 not suck so much, and for making a community that actually has a conversation amongst each other.
I'm really glad for that, actually. I really am. Random question to the chat. What would you like to submit to an NPC as a contest? Yeah, that'd be fun. What's the significance of the date 28, 8/12? Jack, you guessed it. You legitimately guessed what the significance of that date was.
Yeah, you already guessed it.
You already guessed it, man. So is it me wanting to do a Tomb of Horrors game and not tell the players it's a Tomb of Horrors game and let it figure it all out? It depends entirely on your player's Shadow Crone. Yeah, there it is. It's just right there. Depends entirely on your players. If you have really combat and puzzle heavy players and you... Because the thing is with Tomb of Horrors, you have to choose to go into that fucking place. You don't just wander and find it. Mutants and Masterminds on there, but no champions. Feels Voodoo Man. Like, we play Mutants and Masterminds, we all like it.
You have to sign in. I think you have to sign in.
No, I don't.
Yes.
I am signed in.
No, you're not, because it won't let me go to the thing.
But, oh, it's because you went through the... Why did it go through the browser?
I clicked on the link, it went to the browser. You don't have Google Forms. Why don't
you just download Google Forms?
It's not my tablet.
It's going to take me like 3 seconds to do.
It's not my tablet. I don't know your passwords.
It's here. You go to the Play Store. You click on Google Forms.
You're patronizing me now.
No, I'm trying to help. I'm being nice. I'm using the exact same tone I would use for anyone who came into work and needed help.
Okay, anyway.
Questions are coming in real fast now.
Yes. So, Jack's like, puff.
They'll figure it out.
Oh, Dom's there. Dom, why didn't you come over?
Dom, why didn't you come over? Hypothetically, how much would someone have to pay you to push over all of those piles?
No.
2,000.
2,000.
2,000. Yeah.
In one go.
In one go. I can push all these over in one go if you guys pay 2,000. Oh yeah, D20. I'm taking some new crafting ideas to see from Odin on YouTube. I like his shading techniques. Can someone post a link to the survey in the Discord? Yes, I can. I will do that right now. Sorry, just doing that right now. One. Send now. There you go. It has been posted in the general chat in the Discord. Can I ask a question? Yes, you can repost your...
Please read out the question. Because
yeah. I asked a question while you were looking at the survey stuff and you didn't see it. I assume I can repost it. Yes, you can. To clarify, my situation involves a DM ad-libbing while running a modern adventure module.
Okay, please, you do that. I will...
Yeah.
Okay.
You just hate when I moderate, don't you?
Because you're not... Because I asked you to do this because I don't know what you're doing.
I'm getting Google Forms.
So... See, please, can we just use this for the chats?
All right,
and
fine.
this?
We'll use this for the chats.
Thank you.
I'll set this up.
Because... Alright. So, okay, I've been wanting to ask this for a while. How the flying fuck are you guys not more popular? You've been around for more like 4+ years, and I've definitely seen you before, and I recently found you. Did the channel get nuked or something once, or has it just not really taken off for some reason?
Partially it hasn't really taken off. I'll explain this one, because it is technically my fault. What happened was our first year, the D20 Live... The original D20 Live game was not on our channel.
We didn't have a channel.
Because we didn't have a channel back then. I didn't know how to make a YouTube channel. Because D20 Live was never originally designed to be a channel in its original incarnation. What had happened was, it took off extensively well after Bravo, and it was just a fun idea I had. There you go. Better?
Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you. Because now we can...
Yeah, now we can just look at the survey. So you're going to ask me those questions through there?
Yeah.
And okay. And then what had happened was, right after I had D20 Live had happened, Mike Dodd from This Week in Geek told me he wanted to make These Warriors Are Terrible. So I thought, oh, D20 Live will happen once a year and we'll do These Warriors Are Terrible. There is a long and complicated story behind me and These Warriors Are Terrible, and my leaving of it, but it came down to I had to decide between the 404's D20 Live and These Warriors Are Terrible, and These Warriors Are Terrible really didn't win out in the long run, so I took all that continuity and put it into here that I was developing for These Warriors Are Terrible. And yeah, I've just been slowly trying to grow it ever since, put whatever little extra money I've got into it. As far as I know, we don't have bad content by any stretch.
No.
We just are severely underrated. We're very grassroots about this sort of stuff.
Yeah. So, we try really hard.
Yeah. If you want us to grow big, tell people. Do not stop talking about us to people. But a lot of it is us just... cobbling our stuff together and making good stuff. As long as you guys still like us, I don't...
So...
Yeah.
Alright, so Lord Sathian... Clarify my situation about the DM ad-libbing while running a modern adventure... Okay. Is it bad that I lose tons of interest in any game I'm playing if I learn we've been doing it wrong / the DM has been ad-libbing excessively?
That's not wrong if that's your response. I mean, like, they're your feelings. Your feelings aren't wrong. If that's a thing that's bothering you, though, that's something you need to talk with your game master about extensively. And perhaps even just do some soul searching as to why that is the case, that ad-libbing bothers you that much. Because I ad-lib all the time. If those of you who follow us on Patreon at the $10 tier or up will note I have my original notes, but I go off of them spontaneously in a moment because I'll be talking very quickly, and I'll be responding so quickly I don't have time to check my notes definitively, but I remember them. So it's more me going off my memory.
Portal on the questionnaire is canon to Half-Life. That's what Tipular says. Portal on the questionnaire is canon to Half-Life.
Yeah.
Okay. Jack says, I'm trying to figure out the connection between DJ Sagara and Puff the Paraplegic Dragon, not seeing it.
Because there isn't one yet. DJ Sagara is... I'll tell you all right now, DJ Sagara is not something for this arc. He's planting the seeds for the next story arc.
Wink.
Wink. Just, if you know DJ Sagara and you know his MO, you know how that goes with him. But yeah, him and Puff are not going to like each other when they finally learn each other exists. You know.
Puff was attacked by cannons before he arrived at year 1, so during the final battle of this arc, he will show up, get shot, flee through realities, and run into Tandem and crew.
Not quite.
Okay, Shadowcrone. So I was chatting with some of my game group on Friday. She said she was in a campaign, and the group went through a full campaign in the beginning. They rolled a will save, then they finished and played another campaign. About halfway through the campaign, they find out that they are chasing their old characters. The will save made them see as monsters, and they were chasing after them to stop them.
Was that the ad-libbing?
That's Shadowcrone.
Okay, cool. That's a neat concept.
Not Lord Sathian.
Okay. Because Lord Sathian was complaining about the ad-libbing, and you guys have seen me ad-lib. If you know Dark Sun's original Freedom module and Ravenloft, especially with episode 5 coming up.
Jack says, "What would it take you to run Fatal?"
No. Just no. No trace of joke there. No, because from everything I've seen of it, everything I've heard of it, it's the only reason I would cover Fatal on this show is if we were literally doing a craft check and we had that book and we were tearing it a new one. The closest thing I would do to Fatal, because if I was going to do something like Fatal, I would do human operated landfill and do it that way, right? If I'm going to just do a human operated landfill in the Fatal engine, I might as well just run human operated landfill.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Jack says, at the moment I have a new player who isn't quite getting into the whole character development thing. Help.
What are they enjoying? They don't have to get into character development. Some players just do not get into character development, as we have learned. Some players are just there to be themselves in the game with their powers and go. Pay attention to how your character is playing and then ask them questions based on that, so that you can have a stronger understanding of what it is they want out of it.
Okay, so M.E. Neon says, ever played GURPS?
No, but I owned the GURPS books for the longest time. They pissed me off so much. I kept trying to get into GURPS, but the way that book is laid out, it's not great. The 4th ed books, I think they are. And I just could not. And I had a lot of things I wanted to do with it, and it never really quite fit well with me. Just certain ways the skill trees broke down. Not the skill trees, but the skills as a whole broke down and everything.
Okay, so Darkstorm's Wind is saying, if you want to run a game system that we don't have, if we want you to run a game system that you don't have, can we send you the books, or at least the links to them on RPG Drive-Thru?
You can send me to the links to where they are on RPG Drive-Thru. There's no guarantee that I will buy them.
But if you send the books, he will.
Oh yeah, I will.
He will.
I will. Because I'm literally running Pathfinder 2nd in January, and I am looking for the moment when I can play Cyberpunk 2020. That is going to happen. I love that system too much right now.
Shadowcrone, why does DJ Sagara sound familiar? Guess I spelled it wrong. Yeah, it's Sagara, not Sakura.
DJ Sagara is a character from another continuity. If you know the name of that continuity, you will know who he is, what he is, and how he is. So it's up to you whether or not you want to investigate that character and what his deal is. It's certainly a very good show.
It is. It's a very good show.
Yeah.
It's definitely one of the reasons why we started talking to each other.
Yeah. You literally came over and we watched it for like 7 episodes.
It's great.
You're like, this guy really has great taste in the shows.
All right. So Rusty's, there we go. Finish the survey. I voted for Gundam just so that way.
So it had a chance.
Sergeant Spate knows exactly who DJ Sagara is.
Yeah.
So Okay, so Jack says, wait, is the fruit that dragons eat the fruit from the Yggdrasil tree?
That's a good question,
It's
Jack.
a good question.
That's a really good question, Jack.
Okay, Rob's done the survey.
Thank you, Rob.
Squall's also done the survey.
Thank you, Squall.
Lord Cheese's Crust says, what's one of your favorite moments from a streamed game? Mine was when literally everyone in the Pendragon group went, I can't read at the same time.
My favorite moment. Oh, what's one of my favorite moments that ever happened? Like, just in a normal stream, right? I'm trying to think. That's a really hard thing to narrow down, because I don't remember the streams well. You know, I'm always moving to the next one and planning for the next one. And I'm calling it. I'm calling it. It's going to win. I'm calling it that one's going to win.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I knew it was going to happen this year.
Everyone's voting Gundam, by the way.
I know they're all voting Gundam.
Lord Sathian asks, is there a wiki or something that covers the D20 Live verse meta plot?
No. Currently, no.
We have a TV tropes page, but
we have never maintained it because that's something you, the fans, made.
Yeah.
If you, the fans, want a D20 Live wiki page, we would need your help to run it and maintain it.
Because we have 12 and a half pages worth of meta plot.
Yeah, we still have to add from the last two streams.
Which we still have to add from the last two streams, and we're adding in from stuff for like stuff that's happening later.
I will promise you this though. If you guys make a wiki, I will go in there and edit in Easter eggs for all of you.
Squall wanted arcade.
I know. Everyone apparently wanted arcade to show up from Terrible Warriors, which I have no problem putting him in when we continue with Pendragon.
Yes. So Jack is asking, what would you do for a Vikings or ancient Rome/Greece setting?
Oh, that's a really good question. Okay. For ancient Rome, it's really hard not to do something involving Julius Caesar, the Triumvirate, and Caesar Augustus. For Greece, there's the city-state wars. There's of course the battle of the battle that happens after the 300 of Sparta, and cover that, or just the Great Greek city-state wars. Vikings. God, what would I do for Vikings? I don't know enough about Viking history to say there's a specific point in time I would do.
Yeah, I do.
What?
Okay, do you know the Viking show?
I'm aware of it.
Yeah, so they did an entire thing where they literally started invading Britain.
Oh god, we gotta have a crossover stream.
Yeah.
Where Pendragon Knights fight Vikings, and they're just two different groups, and like the Vikings have to leave. Oh, that's really good. I like that.
Yep.
I just have a couple of streams leading up to that.
I am totally stealing from the Viking show, but who cares?
We could cross it with Pendragon really well and just say they're in the same world.
Yep. Dark Summers Point's asking, how do we send you the books if they are PDFs? Okay.
Put it on a USB key and send it to the PO box.
There is that, yes.
Yeah.
Mostly because of the fact that
because we don't endorse piracy.
We don't.
At all. And I will explain why. The reason why D20 Live in no way will ever endorse piracy of any kind is that the second, like, let's say I said, you know what, you could probably pirate a 5th ed book, and no one would really give a shit because 5th ed sales aren't going anywhere. The second I say it's okay to pirate something, it's okay to pirate everything. And I know too many really small developers that do not deserve that to happen. But if you have a PDF you want to share with me and you want to send it to me via USB key, I will accept it, thankfully. But
okay.
You have to bot it legally.
Lord Jesus Christ is saying, fuck, I'm doing the survey and I don't remember who was the guy who Chris Sabat kept asking if he could be his dad and the
that was Kenny. Titan. That's Kenny Ackerman from Attack on Titan.
Okay, so Sergeant Spade goes, Mike, I get giddy every time you mention DJ Sakura. I'm totally expecting major shenanigans.
Oh, you've no idea where that's going to end.
It's great.
It's great.
It was totally by accident.
It was
but
totally by accident.
Great.
And it fits into the canon stupid well. Despite the fact that that the stuff that sets up happens in 2012 long before the show was ever made.
Peter Jones is asking, will you have any other of the Terrible Warriors on D20 Live?
Yeah. What do you guys want?
Because we have Tom normally for the MagFest games.
Yeah.
Because Tom is a great guy and he's... Because the thing is that every time we feel like where would he be good in, it's always MagFest because of the fact that one, we're still networking in MagFest. And two, it's a good transition and Tom's really great at
his character works a lot better too.
Yes, so like who
do you want? There's certain people I'm just not going to ask for
obvious reasons.
For obvious reasons. Like, Mike Dodd's never going to get out of form.
We can't get him here.
We can't get him. I'm scared to get him into the house.
We can't get him out of his own apartment.
For his own safety.
For his own safety, because of the fact that we're just like, we don't want him to fall anywhere. We're just like, we can't ask him to do that. That's just not fair.
But yeah, no, most Turbo Warriors, I got no problem with them coming down. I think Natalie did a stint with Turbo Warriors, actually.
She did. You know, I would love to get
Derek.
And Julian.
Oh yeah, Julian.
Yeah.
And just a few more of the other guys from the last processors.
Yeah, because those guys are fun.
They are fun. They haven't done anything together in a while. It would be like the reunion show.
Rob's like, I voted for you guys to have Tonberry on D20 Live.
It's more likely Tonberry will become staff than she will a guest. The way her and Sam are talking.
Jack says, I'm gonna take that as a yes and continue with theorizing about your canon. I don't know what that means.
Okay.
But Otaku Cat says, what is your plan in designing around a campaign in a setting that is centered around one character? Example, Doctor Who, Dragon Ball.
Okay. With something like Doctor Who's world is just big enough that you can kind of expand on the minutia of it. Taking something like Star Trek, for example. When most of the stuff is either happening on the Enterprise or in Deep Space Nine, you still have very rich cultures in which circumstances happen when you briefly touch on them. For example, there's one point in, I believe in Next Gen, where Kirk goes to the Romulan homeworld and Spock is there trying to forge peace alliances. And then it's not Kirk, fucking hell, Picard. Picard goes there. And then Picard leaves. That is still happening. You have to kind of go down a level to the microcosm level. Or you just eliminate that one character and make it about your party instead.
Okay, so I don't know who this is because they are yellow and their thing is yellow and I can't read it at all.
Well, we try and bring up
Somebody said, I think we just need more maid torture in our lives.
That is, who's that?
Coupe de Jardin. Okay. Sorry, I couldn't read it because this is a very small...
You're welcome to vote for more maid. Sam
yeah, I'll keep running maid if you guys keep voting for it. That's not a... it's not a thing that I'm opposed to.
It's just neck and neck who's going to be for Bravo for 2020.
I would also very much like to play other games, but yes, if you guys keep voting for maid, I will keep doing it.
They like your shenanigans, Sam. You should take that compliment for what it is.
Faceplate Jan asks, either during stream, Bravo, or long form, what moment did players blindside you the hardest?
It'd have to be year one.
Yeah.
It'd have to be year one. Because after that, it kind of set the tone for what I was expecting for D20 Live going forward, was the fact that it taught me a very good lesson about the fact that whatever plans I have do not matter. And it really taught me a good lesson about player agency. Which is why I give heavy story game masters such shit. I'm like... Because I hate this idea that the players are running through circumstances of their own, of their own agency. It's like, oh, where are we going today on our murder hobo adventure? I'm like, no, these are these great moments in history of the world you're in. How do you answer them? And that gets you some really good moments. What's up?
Okay. Jack says we can make a wiki. Squall is telling me how to try and modify it. It's on a tablet. It's a little harder. So, because I have two different chats going on this tablet. I do have...
Why don't you just put the Twitch on one and the YouTube on the other?
Too late now.
You're locked in?
I'm locked in. Okay, Lord Sathan, you guys want Vikings? We are playing Vinland Saga game.
Vinland Saga. Or I could set something in Vinland Saga. In theory, if I had a good engine behind it, I could run something during the Three Kingdoms period of China.
Sergeant Spate, Mike, I was wondering how would you do a Code Geass game?
I would do ancient times with the Geass's powers. I wouldn't go to the period of Breton and the whole 11s shit. I would go to the past. I would show what happened with C2 in the past.
Yeah.
I would literally go there. When she was like burned to the witch and shit.
Yeah.
And how she was betrayed before she met Lelouch.
Dark Summer's Wind, we always need more maid in our lives.
We really should have put JoJo on the survey.
Did we not?
We did not, because it's in there twice as another option.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's really... Okay, so Jack of Many Names is saying, what system would be good for a musical game?
Like musical as in, like we're playing a Sound of Music musical?
Kind of. Well, like, okay, if...
Or just a game with a lot of heavy music cues. That's every game.
Yeah.
every game could work with strong music cues. But if you're talking about a game that actually is a musical...
Dom is asking if he can ask a question to the audience.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, go ahead, Dom. Also made for the win.
We're now up to 11 responses. Who is in the lead? God damn it, they're tied. You guys have to definitively vote one way or another what you want. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to flip a coin then.
To be fair, it's only 11 responses. Okay,
I know.
When we get to like
20
plus,
yeah, then we can say, but it's neck and neck. I feel like it's gonna be the whole way through with those two.
Yeah. Lord Sathian, can you imagine the shenanigans involved in a Star Trek game or RPG where one of the players chooses to be a Temeranian, the race that spoke entirely in cultural references?
Just would quote Star Wars. It would be Jordan. No, it'd be Dave, and he would just quote Star Wars.
Oh my god, Tyler would die.
He would.
He would just be like, "Why are you doing this to me?"
Yeah.
Tyler is a very big Star Trek guy. Like he likes Star Trek as much as Mike likes Transformers. So.
What was Dom's question?
I don't know. He hasn't said it yet.
But yeah, I'm trying to think about other moments where I've really been surprised by the players. Everything involving the Attack on Titan game was a really good surprise for me that I was really happy about. Yeah, those are the two strongest moments that I can think of. In terms of streams, despite how I've acted, most things go according to how I imagine them.
Lord Jesus Christ goes, literally a character that speaks only in motherfucking JoJo references. The conversation during the test stream when he was helping. Yeah. Oh, they noticed about how he was a big Star Trek fan.
Oh, they know. Yeah, they know.
If we were to write up a game for you guys, would you consider playing/critiquing it?
I can critique anything you guys want.
Yeah. Well, we will critique...
Hell, pay the $20 tier and I will literally stop an hour of my life just to do it. Play it, though? I don't know.
Oh, this is Don's question. Audience, if Mike permits, would you ever be okay with a longer stream if it included a break? I created a 5e mod and would love to DM it for a stream someday.
Don, we have to talk more about that.
Yes, because...
Because you forget the standing rule about D20 Live and not doing 5e.
It might be just a mod, though, for something else.
Yeah, we got...
Because the thing
Dom,
is
talk to me more about that, okay?
Someone tell who to vote for the Greater Toronto area. I don't know anyone in that area.
Oh... Anyone from Blast Processors, most of the people from Terrible Warriors. If you've seen them on Terrible Warriors, they're probably in the GTA.
Yeah.
And Fish won't do it because he has politely said no. I'm trying to think who else. Could get a...
Yes, on break included longer stream.
He could... Domix, I know, is in the GTA.
He is, but it's really hard to get him because he's super popular.
That is true.
Right. There's a bunch of people in the GTA that...
They just don't advertise that they're in the GTA.
They don't advertise they're in the GTA. Also, I've been trying to find them, and the thing is that, oh man, there are a lot of people in the GTA that are very... They would be good to go on the stream, but at the same time, oh man.
It would be about them?
It'd be about them a lot.
Yeah.
So.
And everyone's equal at the table.
Yeah. Check out the Ultra Modern mod for 5e. It's a pretty good modification. I wish the game I was in would have lasted longer in it. Yeah, so Dom, we will... Sorry, Dom, we'll talk to you more about the game itself because of the fact that the other we've only just got Scott to come in for GMing, and we're only just now extending the amount of games that I'm playing as GM. Yeah. So we need to talk about...
Plus, Dom, I'm pretty sure once I show you Exalted, you're gonna fall in love with that game.
Yeah. So yeah, but yeah, the longer for game if there was a break. Oh, wasn't there a voice actor Mike knows? There's a lot of voice actors that Mike knows.
Not a lot. That's not a short list.
It's a very... Like, we keep going to conventions. He's like, oh, do you want to meet, like, such and such? And I'm like, what? What do you mean? Like, Scott McNeil. And I'm like, what? What? You know Scott McNeil? And he's like...
Not, like, personally.
Yeah, but you were like, oh, yeah, I know. I see him every time, and he says hi to me all the time. And he did. And I'm just like, what the fuck?
Okay, so because of the 404s and a lot of the early years of the 404s, we would network with other voice actors, and the voice actors were always there. Because we were improvisers, actually had a great deal of respect for us, for the craft we were doing at a con, and they would come up and talk to us. And we're like, yeah, why don't you come and do a show with us and do a couple walk-ons and stuff, right? It's how I met Scott McNeil. It is how I met, oh my god, Spike Spencer, who's a really fun guy.
I still want to meet him so bad.
He's really cool. I'm trying to think who else. Like, those are the two big guys I know, and Sugar as well. Sugarland Baird.
Okay, hang on. First off,
and Doug Walker.
Keanu Reeves is apparently a Torontonian. Are we gonna try and find Keanu Reeves?
Apparently he is. Apparently Jay Bunshall is. Apparently Chris Holden Reed is.
John said, "I'd love to get Colin Mockery."
Where does Colin Mockery live? Is he in the GTA?
I think he's in Ottawa, actually.
I
want to say he's in Ottawa.
I'd love to get Guillermo del Toro to come in and Game Master, and I know he lives in Toronto.
Does Mark Muir live in the Greater Toronto area?
No.
If so, yes, please. No, he lives in Calgary.
But we
know who we can talk to get him back.
Within one phone call, I could probably be like, "Can you talk to Mark Muir?"
And be like, "Please have him come over."
Because those two actually know each other. They're still tied.
Yeah, I know. Shadow Crown says, "So I asked it on Michael Cthulhu's 1 million sub stream where YouTube messed it up by removing several subs from him. He missed it, but he said he would go to a convention if he was asked to." So if we
tell Bravo
to get Michael Cthulhu.
Would he be good at the table though?
He plays.
He plays?
He plays.
But it's going to be Avatar next year. Does he even know what that is?
I don't... Well, to be fair, he does watch a lot of anime. I'm pretty sure...
He has kids.
He has kids. He probably has seen Avatar.
Or at least knows of it. Well, tell Bravo.
Tell Bravo, guys.
Tell Bravo D20 Live sent you.
Be like, "Hey, can we get Michael Cthulhu?"
We're here from D20 Live.
Liana Kurzner? Liana Kurzner. I don't know who that
Liana
is.
K. At the Sock's wife.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the girl who really hated and she's most famous recently for her commentary on Anita Sarkeesian and her feminism.
Scott McNeil or Crispin Freeman in a game would be amazing.
Oh, I'd love to have Crispin Freeman. He's such a good voice actor. He's really
Del Toro.
oh yeah. Could you imagine if somehow we got Del Toro in here?
John would kill you!
Okay, don't say his name. There's a friend of ours whose name she just blurted out.
Sorry, I didn't say his last name.
Yeah. Who's a huge Guillermo del Toro fan. And I've actually met Del Toro in Toronto because he was just walking around. I said, "Oh, Mr. Del Toro, can I get a picture with you?" And da-da-da-da. He's very polite. Oh, that'd be funny if we could ask.
He would kill you.
He would kill me. He's like, "I need to be in there, Mike." I'd be like, "You're not going to be in there. You are not allowed in that basement." Why? Because you'll scare him off. You can meet him afterwards if he's free.
I'm just imagining that entire thing. It'd be so funny. Devin would laugh. He would die.
The entire group would die laughing. They all know that this friend of ours. They would think it's the funniest thing in the world.
Okay, I believe I know who you're talking about to ask for Mark Muir since his bardness moved out there.
No, not him.
No, not
Derek.
that one.
Not Derek.
Not that one.
Not Derek the Bard.
We have another
Derek's
friend.
not out in Calgary anymore.
Yeah, he's actually...
He's in Ottawa now.
He's in Ottawa now.
He hasn't come back to the GTA, though, and I want him down for a game.
Dark Summer's Wind has submitted the survey. Thank you, Dark Summer's Wind.
We're up to 15 responses, and the two are tied.
Okay, so... I was wondering is this Avatar game set in the original series world and ignoring Korra and all the bender blocking crap?
It is set in the original world, but it'll be happening in the past because I realized there's this huge gulf of time between Aang and the first Avatar where you can do all this great stuff, even before like the Airbender before him.
There's so much stuff.
There's so much time there, and it's quite clear technologically hasn't moved forward too much between those 2 points. So,
which two are tied, Mike? We can make it definitive. No, we're not saying
I can't.
anything.
I'm not going to augment the game. I'm not going to
because the thing is that guys, this is what happened, right? We kept saying, "Oh my God, this one thing is winning by a landslide," and nobody knew what it was. And when we announced it at Con Bravo, it was the loudest fucking cheers we've ever had in our entire lives.
You lost your shit, and it was such a great reward for all of you voting for it.
Right. By the way, that was Avatar, right?
That was Avatar. Because that Avatar won definitively.
For 2 years in a row. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Wow, none of my games are high up for a sequel. That's depressing.
That's not true.
Death
Watch.
Yeah, Death Watch is there, but it's like third.
But still.
Yeah. That's depressing.
Do you have Unearthed Arcana First Edition? I recognize the reprints of First Ed core books on Scion. If not, I can send the PDF.
I do not. I think I have the PDF.
Get Near Automata. It says Dark Summer's Wind.
Okay.
So we finally caught up. Thank God.
But yeah.
If you have asked a question,
Do you think Rihanna K would come down?
Maybe.
And Ed?
maybe. I don't know.
Ed and Red.
If you have asked a question that we haven't we haven't seen, please repost it because that way we'll get to it. Because I had to.
I'm a little sad. None of my games are really high up.
Death Watch.
Please, behind by 2 votes.
He's so upset. 2 votes.
It's 2 votes. I'm allowed to be upset that I'm not my game.
I'm more upset about that one. Okay.
Yeah, that is heartbreaking. That Scion's that low.
To be fair, I'm pretty sure it's because of the fact that we keep having issues with Scion.
Yeah, we have not had a Scion stream that did not have some huge issue with it.
Yeah. Does anyone ever heard of Unknown Armies?
Yes, I have heard of that book. I haven't had a chance to read it yet, though.
Would you do something like Discworld?
Yeah. Just it hasn't been really that much call for it.
I know I would squee if you got Joe Manganiello for a Bravo game. I laughed at his Spellsingers episode in the Jocks Machina game.
I have issues with Joe Manganiello. I have not had the best commentary about him. I've called him a fake geek numerous times.
Would you recommend a GM currently without a player group to spend the money to get the Spirit of the Century?
That's not an expensive book.
It's because
it's under 50.
It's under 50, and it's a really great read.
Yeah. That being said, with the way tabletop is now, you'll have an easier time selling 5th ed to someone than Spirit, conceptually.
Slayer's D20, I would champion it until the end of time, and yes, I voted for it.
All right, cool. Keep voting.
Lord Jesus Christ, thank you for submitting your survey. Coupe de Jardinic says, did you guys splat this weekend? Oh, Splatoon.
Oh, no. Smashed.
Hang on. Mike just needs to believe in the power of Detsu. In the survey, choosing which game is best is like choosing the favorite child. It's hard. Oh, Mike, slightly off topic. I was wondering if you checked out the Tommy Oliver post I sent you again after the game stream. I keep
forgetting to. Just direct message it me in Discord, please. Because tweeting, just because you're on my Discord, just direct message it to me so I can read it. Because if it's on my Twitter, it just disappears now.
Squall, if you get it, there could be an Evil Inc. game going. I agree, choosing favorite games is hard. Okay, hang on. Slayers would be perfect tone for D20 Live. Rusty's like, what? Death Watch is only 3rd. People remember the next game would be them invading Faerun. We must see Jordan end the Elvish problem once and for all.
It's not gonna be an Elvish problem.
I need to know who's winning in the polls for who we want to see in more games.
All right.
Okay, that's not.
Yep. Sorry. I guess someone's fan base showed up.
Oh well, yeah. But...
His fan base showed up, so yeah.
Arc too.
Yeah, cool. That's fine. He's in a lot of games already. Yeah, that's pretty definitive.
That's pretty definitive, yeah.
Yeah. Which means the people. Aw, I feel bad for these two, but that means we gotta get them good characters.
Yeah.
That's really it.
Well, okay. Still kind of apprehensive about.
And then there's a whole lot of I'll enjoy everyone equally, and everyone is here.
Yeah.
So that I think is really sweet.
So yeah. The Drow must die, the Underdark must be purged. Burn the heretics!
The Underdark has been purged.
It will be, for sure. But anyway, I did tell someone the wonderful tale of the first Death Watch stream where Devin found it was the Emperor's Titan and Jordan yelled at him to put everything back!
Yeah, no, that storyline's going to finally come to a close, and I need to figure out what they're doing after that. But yeah, just regardless of how you people vote, there will be a Death Watch stream next year.
I see Bakano is popular on the Discord. This pleases me greatly. Did we put Bakano in there?
No, you didn't.
We really should have. That would have been a good idea. Anyway.
Well, if they fill anything in a lot, we'll pop it in for next year's stream, right?
Yeah. Is there anything special you do for researching a setting or system? I have auditory processing disorder, and I find it just to have a shit ton of info in front of me overwhelms me really quick, and I'm looking for as many tips as I can get.
For me, if it's for a tabletop universe, I don't consume the material. I read what the fans say about it, because there's a how do I put this? I'm a Transformers fan. If you watch the original Transformers 1984 show, you will get a vastly different opinion of what Transformers is apart from what fans remember. Because what fans remember is the 87 movie more than anything else. That really defined the franchise. So it's not what it is. It's what people have taken from it. So let's go to like a Reddit and hear people talk about it, meme about it, complain about it, and you'll see what it really is. More than that. And I just read wikis.
Okay.
And I talk on the Discord and ask questions.
Mythic.
Shoot shit.
Welcome. You have not missed much. We're just talking about stuff. If you would like, please answer our survey, which is in the description below. Yes.
One took the lead. Yep. Damn.
By one. Just
it's proving me wrong.
Look at the other one down there.
Oh shit! Wait, which one's that one? Did someone just jump up? Who are you? Who are you?
We have a contender.
Oh, there's a new contender. It's a 3-way tie for what's going to be Bravo for 2020.
Okay. Hang on. Isn't the Underdark broken up into like 3 layers, with the bottommost one being called something like the Uber Darkest?
This is what's great about Prometheum. It can break through stone.
Survey submitted. Thank you, Emmy Neon. I know the game I want a sequel for because it needs a sequel is Devin's M&M game.
Yeah, I think Devin. I think that's why it's doing so well.
I think everyone likes the M&M game
because it's
doing really well.
Because my thing was always parsing things.
See, look, now it's tied with Maine. There you go. Are you happy now?
I just want one of my games on the board.
It was on the board to begin with.
Hey, there's another vote.
Right. 1930s mafia game, that'd be something. That's Jack. R.A. Salvatore did base the Underdark off of The Godfather after all. Otaku Cat, how does the warp for 40k interact with the Abyss and the 9 Hell in D&D?
The warp is its own, because of the way the 40k, okay. I haven't really gone into this extensively, but because of the fact that the warp is unique, I'm arguing that all of the overworlds and underworlds are connected to the greater planes. Like, all of those demi-planes are subplanes. All of those universe-specific god realms or demon realms are sub- or demi-planes indicative of the material, where they are on that material plane. So there's, in theory, if I went to the warp, I wouldn't, but if I could go from the warp to the abyss and on again. From there and then back through however I could in through the back way. But that's the idea. It's the same way how in Scion, which was a really good guideline for how to do this, that in theory all the overworlds are technically connected. You just got to get to the junction points.
Okay, Mike, is it a case of the 80s movie overshadowing the TV show?
It's not that. The 80s movie is definitively better. Because the 80s movie is tonally consistent the whole way through, in spite of all the death that happens in it. But there's an episode where a girl tries to commit suicide and falls in love with Powerglide, who I will remind you was voiced to sound like Ralph Cramden. Right? There are bad Transformers episodes. What people remember is, they don't remember all the goofy stuff. It's just sometimes in there for jokes and laughs and stuff. What people remember about Transformers is the epic robot conflict. And you see that in Beast Wars, especially in the 2nd and 3rd season, where they're just like, we're aware it's how cartoonish and toyetic it is, but it's still something very great and grand underneath it. But that's what I've taken from it, at least. Okay. If you take something different, that's you.
Mike, speaking of Transformers fandom, do you like JAAM? JAAM.
JAAM? Where's that? JAAM. I don't know what JAAM is.
It could just be a different television show.
Could be, yeah.
Could be the new one that we're not watching.
No, it's Robots in Disguise.
Well, then never mind. The M&M game reminds us of My Hero Academia, so of course it's going well.
Yeah.
Made or bunch of emoticons that I have no idea. That's table flip?
Table flip, a table flip going over in someone with a smug face. When you ran the Pokemon game a few months ago, what version did you use, Pokemon PTU or PTA? I did Poke Roll, because I tried to do Pokemon PTU and PTA, and I didn't understand. Because the problem was, this was a problem I ran into with Pathfinder, is that for the stage shows, regardless of, I know PTU is much more beloved because of how complex it is and how crunchy it is. But for a stage show, I needed something significantly faster. And that's always been a problem whenever I've run new systems. It's why I've run Besom for so much anime stuff. It's not because it's definitively better than other systems. It's just, you roll this, this is your power, and you're done. Right? That's what it was for Pokeroll.
Faceplant Jan, thank you very much for filling out our survey.
Thank you.
Mr. Leviathan, thank you for working on this survey. He's currently working on it.
Yeah.
Jack and Many Names, if you did an Evil Dead game, have Devin play Ash. Based on his M&M games, he'd be a great Bruce Campbell impersonator.
Don't tell him that.
Tell him that.
Well, I'm not gonna do an Evil Dead game. I'm gonna do Heroes of Horror. Like have like a whole bunch of horror guys.
Facepipe Jen, yes, more Eminem. We still need to see Shortcut turn heel. No.
Okay, guys, you're breaking Sam's heart with this.
Okay. I'm not an evil villain.
She's not a villain. She has spent the last 3 months now trying to figure out why everyone sees Shortcut as a villain.
Like, really?
And that is in no way was her intent. Please let that go. You're breaking the poor girl's heart.
It's like, how many... Okay, Lord Jesus Christ, how many props do you have which you can beat your players with?
Go get them.
Oh, no.
Keep talking.
Okay. Matilda's very hard. We don't like bringing up Matilda because she hurts.
She's not the hardest weapon I've got, you know.
I know that, but still, Matilda hurts. Oh God,
I'm not bringing out the gauntlets, okay?
No, that's not. Those,
okay,
you don't beat up people with that.
So here's the boken I carved.
Please, not over the water.
The boken I carved in uni for shits and giggles. Here's the lightsaber. You guys would have seen the Star Wars game. Here is my foam master sword. I'm not going to drop it. What do you think is going to happen?
No, the dust.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I don't want you to be drinking it.
And Matilda. Plus my 2 gauntlets, which apparently now I'm getting a third coming to me.
Squall's like, I don't see Shortcut as a villain. Matilda's the most recognizable, though.
Yeah, because she's the softest.
There should be a Stranger Things choice, though. How would they play that, though?
Tales from the Loop. It would just be a Tales from the Loop game.
It would be a Tales from the Loop game. There are bad Transformers episodes, then there are the G1 episodes bought.
Yeah.
I really like Transformers Prime.
Mm-hmm. Transformers Prime is very unique to itself, though.
Okay, it's on the TF wiki. John linked it to us.
Oh, thanks, John.
John, just link it to us in the Discord.
Yeah.
Because...
Just message it to me on there.
Anyone else looking forward to the Aquaman movie?
Oh, yeah, that's coming out, isn't it?
Yep. Soon.
I've been told the Bumblebee movie's good, and despite how much I've been saying on the Discord, I'm not falling for it.
Jack's like, Shortcut isn't a villain. The hero I'm playing in my game is a villain. Trust me, Shortcut doesn't come close. Yeah.
So yeah, let that go. The thing is, we haven't gotten to why Shortcut... I think everyone thinks she's a villain because she's always very quiet.
Yeah.
But that's not the reason she's
Wendell's quiet too, though.
Yeah, but Wendell's Arc. Arc's just done with
true.
everything all the time.
Okay, Lord Jesus Christ, I have accidentally called you Fat Mike multiple times when talking to my friends about you guys. Can you ever forgive me?
Please don't. Alright, it's Big Mike for a reason. But, yeah, sure.
Okay. Dark Summersman, you see yourself, die a hero, blah, blah, blah. Lord Sathian, so now we're adding the bludgeoning elements as features to the table library?
Well, you know.
Okay. Sergeant Spate, Sam, the impression of you becoming a villain to some people is likely due to the old trope of phenomenal power corrupting people. Personally, I find that idea was overused and predictable. Yeah, see?
Yeah, but Quantum's more powerful than her.
Quantum is more powerful than her.
And no one questions that he's going to turn evil.
Everyone's like, no, Quantum's just going to be Superman. Shortcut, on the other hand, is going to be a villain. I'm like, but...
Quantum's way more powerful.
But Quantum could literally destroy the world.
He could if he punched hard enough.
He really, like, if he could push the... No, this is what he could do.
Because his actual strength tier is in the 25 kilotons.
He could literally go down to the core of the Earth, punch it...
Yeah, and fuck up the planet really big.
Fuck up the planet!
He wouldn't.
And then come back up!
He'd get lost.
He would get lost.
He'd get lost.
We'd be very concerned.
Just like, I've been down there for a while.
Okay, it's more impressive than that when the powerful person doesn't get corrupted or consumed by their power.
Which is never going to happen to Quantum at all.
Jack of many names. Shortcut hasn't destroyed Canada by dropping the moon on it for no other reason than they felt like it. Yeah. Shortcut can't... She can get to the moon, but she can't...
You can't breathe
do anything on the moon. Yeah, like, Shortcut's not powerful. She's only a teleporter.
Yeah, you just have portals. You can't push anything into that portal. I can't
push anything into the portal. If I, I would have, anything that happens, Shortcut can make a portal under something, but at that point, she's using gravity, right?
Because once your portals are where they are, they move in relation to the universe itself.
Yeah,
so if you put...
She doesn't do anything with it. She has no, if you look at Shortcut, she's not powerful. She's only a teleporter and acrobatic. That's it. The idea is that the idea of her is that she doesn't get hit. That's the thing. Because of the fact that she can portal and acrobat her way out of it. She cannot push things for her to save her life. This is why when people were like, oh yeah, no, like this is why when Devin was saying, oh, it's an obstacle course, it's like, okay, well, she can get over the obstacle parts of it, but she can't get over the things where it requires strength. Like the long distance running thing, if she did not use any of her teleporting, she would have taken the longest because she can't run for that long.
And she needed quantum stuff to pull stuff out of the water.
She needed quantum stuff to pull out of the water because of the fact she can't lift things, right? So she's
not... It was like she could just drain the pool.
Yeah. Okay, Aquaman, hang on. Have you ever... Hang on.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll probably be seeing Aquaman and probably Bumblebee with my nephew, says Squall.
Cool.
Shadow Crone, have you ever heard of Chainsaw Warrior? I saw Narcada's character as a villain in my head. He fudged those roles on purpose.
Yeah, if anyone in the group was going to turn evil.
Phase Ball Killer was high and then bye. Okay.
I don't know what that means.
He just said hi and bye.
Oh, hi and then bye. Okay.
Yeah.
Hi and bye.
Dark Summersman said Saw into the Spider-Verse. It was awesome.
Cool.
So Lord Sathan, I want to have hope for Aquaman, but the DCEU's already been confirmed to have... Oh, be heading towards Flashpoint. Are we really doing that?
Well, it's well, they've already lost... They lost 2 of the Trinity, and one bad moment with the director, and they've lost Gal Gadot.
Yeah.
And once she's gone, they don't have a franchise anymore.
How have you handled big battles in RPGs, like, say, a battle or a siege?
We just did that last time.
Yeah, that was Pendragon.
Yeah. They were a bunch of people in a huge battle, and you only deal with what's right in front of you. Because that is actually how a battle happens. In terms of massive siege combat, it depends entirely on the system I'm working with. Because both Pendragon and Pathfinder have different rules for that.
At least you didn't slice Neo Tokyo in half and scar Tuxedo Common's face like Phantom of the Opera, just because your scouts have horrid aim. This is John.
Yeah, why would I do that? Why would I go gritty like that?
It's Jack.
Oh.
Just like, Dark Summers win. Oh, maybe we could do a Cartoon Network crossover.
It could be fun. We could do a hell of a lot better than that one guy did. Oh, crap. Bleedman.
Quantum wouldn't turn villain. He'd destroy the world by accident and then run a bake sale to try and raise funds to rebuild it. Yeah, he would.
He would do it by accident. Oh.
Okay.
Alright, Death Watch is coming in second.
Are you happy now?
A little bit. It's a distant second, though.
It's to mutants and masterminds.
I know.
So, okay.
Yes, it's not enough that I have one of the most beloved characters, and that I run the Con Bravo show, and the definitively loved long game.
You're like, no, I have to have Death Watch be the thing.
Just one! I'm sad Spirit is that low.
I think the only reason why Spirit is that low is because of the fact that we've kind of...
Stopped it for a bit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Spirit was really early in the year this year.
Yeah, it was.
No, I voted for 40K.
Undertale's a lot lower than I thought it would be.
To be fair, there wasn't that huge of a call for Undertale. Remember last year?
Well, because now there's Deltarune's out.
Yeah, but our fans aren't that. They weren't screaming at it like Cassie was.
Yeah.
So. Okay. What is your most ridiculous Pathfinder character concepts?
Oh, I know which one. There's a class of an archetype of summoner. Because I had a barbarian I was going to build. That was Garath Eats What He Kills, and that's the guy in 5e now. I had a synergist summoner that I was going to build. Yeah. It was basically going to be Common Rider Deno, which, for those of you who know, the idea is with a synergist summoner is that you're summoned rather than you existing outside of you, you merge with it, and you have its physical stats, and you keep your mental ones.
So it'd be Deno.
So it's basically Deno.
It's Kamen Rider Deno at that point.
And I would literally have a squirrely little tiny summoner who's more heart than sense, with a incredibly overpowered dork summon named Momotaros, and I would literally do.
You really would. I don't know. The thing is that you can make Spider-Man in Pathfinder, and I totally want to, because that'd be cool. Couldn't the rooms with shortcuts portals be used as handhold/foothold for climbing, jumping, or am I misunderstanding how they work?
That could work.
I think
it depends on how much space is between the portals.
The thing is that I don't think Shortcut has thought about that. So
she could later.
She might. We'll talk about it with Devin.
Is Gal Gadot gone? No, she's not.
It's.
But she's threatened to go if they lose the director.
Yeah, because Gal Gadot has threatened to leave, but Affleck and what's his name?
The guy who's playing Superman.
I can't remember his name. They have already left, as far as I know.
Yeah.
Is there a system you really wish didn't suck? I've heard a lot about our Talsarin's Dragon Ball system and how it sucked, and I haven't tried it, but if it really does suck, I am sad.
What's just one that I really wanted not to suck? I didn't want the Dresden Files to suck as bad as it did.
Henry Cavill, thank you.
Yeah. I didn't want the Dresden Files RPG to suck as bad as it did. The best thing about the Dresden Files, and we've said this in the past, is the world building mechanic in it. But apart from that, there's nothing in there that you couldn't find somewhere better. Marvel Heroic is still my worst system of all time, and still the one I yell about the most, but I wasn't disappointed. It just...
The Deadpool wasn't called the Deadpool.
It was called the Doom Pool.
It should have been called the Deadpool.
It's won an Origin Award, and it does not have character creation rules in its book. Work that shit out.
Eminem would make a good long game.
Yeah, I think that's why it's getting the votes. It's because he, rather than having a compartmentalized story, Devin just did the first chapter, and everyone wants to see what chapter 2 is.
Yeah.
Whereas I always make sure my stuff is bookended, so even if nothing happens,
yeah,
you're still satisfied with the story.
See, for Maid, because the thing is with Maid, you can have stuff happen in the background, and no one will care because you're going right back into the crazy. So.
Oh, Planescape's jumping up, which is really good for the end of for June.
Yeah.
They want a sequel to Pendragon. I can do that.
Lord Sathian, I doubt it. The description in the stream was the portals aren't solid. That's probably the thing why it's not... Yeah. Why she doesn't use it as handholds photo. I'll talk about it with Devin just to make sure.
Yeah.
Affleck is just looking for the door because DC dropped the ball so consistently.
Yeah. It says something
of course, it'd be a synergist summoner. Jack's asking, what would you do for a Dresden Files game?
I'd fix the continuity. No, what would I do for... Because this... the problem is Dresden Files as a concept now is better than the actual books even are anymore, because it's wizards and film noir investigations. And I'd put it in any other city and just show how those elements are in that city and give them a city to explore.
So Deadpool is a knockoff of Deathstroke, the Terminator, and DC created Red Tool in an attempt to interest Deadpool fans.
Yep. Then Deadpool created Gwenpool, which is still weird.
Would you ever introduce the Mask into the canon and have him meet up with Deadpool?
Because that's two NPC. I wouldn't, because that's two NPC characters bouncing off of each other, and that's not as fun as...
The idea is, after this arc, we're going to try and move away from NPC-centric stories.
Yeah. Because
of the fact that we realized, I think, as soon as all of the NPCs actually got the stones, we're like, oh, wait a minute, there are no player characters that are actually...
No, that was on purpose, though.
I know, but the thing is that we realized that there are no player characters that are actually...
Yeah.
Like, central to the Infinity Arc war.
Yeah, they're all kind of side people.
They're all side people, which is kind of...
Yeah, a problem.
A problem?
Because the problem with the continuity, the Infinity Arc as it stands now, is that there's not a lot of player agency on the bigger scale.
Yeah.
Which will change at the end.
It will change at the end, but it's just we realize that for the next arc we should
be way more
away from that and just make more players.
Yeah, more important.
Yeah. I'm surprised there was no X-Files RPG, but then Delta Green came out, so there's that.
That's literally what Delta Green is.
Synergist, isn't that a witch archetype, or did you mean synthesis summoner?
Synthesis summoner, I'm sorry. I keep mixing those up, but yes, the synthesis summoner.
I've never played Undertale. It got far too hyped up for me. That's understandable.
That's fair. I want to fix this stack of books.
Please don't.
But it's all so precarious.
It's just leave it right now. It's fine where it is.
We're up to 28 responses,
and...
Yay! Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Planescape, Deathwatch, Maid,
Mutants and Masterminds.
And Pendragon is after.
Yep. That's definitive.
That's a pretty good
That's definitive.
That's
really definitive. That's such a weird switch.
Jordan.
That's definitive.
Jordan's in the chat.
That is not what I saw coming for winning this year.
To be
for
fair.
2020. I know they've been calling for it, but that's
okay. We're still not over.
Yeah.
We still got time.
That's pretty definitive, though.
Have you ever played a non-dice based system? It has been really interesting in Castle Frankenstein, where you play with playing cards, and it's really interesting.
I've done Fiasco.
Fiasco's fun.
Yeah, and that's a lot of fun. Although you do roll dice at the very end. I've done Baron Munchausen.
Yeah, Barry Munchausen's
which is
also
also
fun.
a lot of fun. We've been contemplating a new content stream for like a lot of lighter RPG systems.
Stuff that doesn't require
purchase even.
Yeah.
Where you can just play it for free.
Yeah, it's just
and get it for free.
It's really fun. Like a lot of these types of games, they don't require dice and they don't require a lot of other things. It's just you and making up stuff. I am not that. Oh.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Hmm.
What RPG systems would you like us to play? That's an overwhelming. Oh man. Yeah, his fans showed up.
Yeah.
That's what that is. Just checking out things.
Dread is a great non-dice based system. There's only 16 people watching this. How long are you guys keeping the survey open? The survey will be open up until like the end of this year / beginning of next year.
We will literally tell you the results at the next craft stream, which will be at the first Sunday of the month.
Yep.
So it's gonna be up the whole way through. We're gonna keep tweeting about it. Oh, we'll talk about that at the end of the stream. The sale is gonna happen at the end.
Oh, by the way, yes. The poster that you see in the bottom right corner where there normally is another camera, that poster is currently up for sale in our merch store. If you would like to purchase it, please go visit our merch store. There's a link down below.
Okay, let's see here. Are there any player characters NPC that you would like to see return to a game? Okay. Dr. Apocalypse, Nauticus, Quantum Arcade. So they want my characters. They don't want my games.
Glory Greatest Customs Agent, yes!
Professor Maple, the Cast of Spirit of the Century, Eddie and all, Puff. A lot of people asking for Puff. A lot of people asking for Lancelot and Nauticus. And you have all spelled Nauticus's name right. So
congrats!
Arcade's name hasn't been spelled right, but that's okay.
To be fair, Arcade hasn't shown up yet. So.
Yeah. It's just people from Terrible Warriors who are finally migrating over.
TBO7 says, nuts, now I need to watch the M&M if Quantum is in it. Yes, Quantum is in that one.
Yeah, Quantum, I brought Quantum back and put him in there.
Jack of Many Names, if you want something that is also wizards and detectives, try reading Skullduggery Pleasant Mike. It's got a skeleton wizard detective.
Huh, cool.
All glory to Glory Greatest Customs Agent.
That's your meme, Sam.
Kind of want Glory Greatest Customs Agent just so she can interact with Nauticus.
So the thing we do every time she's on stream is have Nauticus come in and fuck with her.
Yep.
Okay, what is definitively number?
What do you guys think of realism games like Aces and Eights, where things can just end abruptly?
You need to have an audience that's really ready for that. Like, not an audience, friends that are really ready for that. Because the thing that got us around it in Paranoia was the fact that I apparently did not play Paranoia thematically properly, as I have been told. I just played it really loose and had fun with it. Right?
Does Nauticus have any children?
Yeah. Yeah.
They're strewn about the multi-universe.
Multiverse. Technically, Metaton is.
Technically, so's the girl from Shimoneta.
Yeah.
She's definitely Nauticus's kid.
Yeah, Nauticus practices safe sex, but it only works 999 times out of 1,000. One always gets through sooner or later. So he does have kids around there, around about.
If you find characters that are pretty much over the top, not evil, but just over the top, it's probably Nauticus's kid.
Yeah. Somehow.
I guessed for Arcade's name, didn't know if it was like arcade, like the gaming cabinet, or not.
It pretty much is.
I have to go pee. I will be right back.
I'm going to read the questions. Only character I want to return, GGCA. Oh, I see. I was talking to my friend from my Friday's game. Who was driving back to town. He asked about the systems you can die in character creation. I know Psyonix you can. I said I find that stupid. You can die in character creation. Yeah, that's fatal. You can actually die in character creation. Nauticus and Echidna, the Greek lady, not Knuckles. I'm guessing. I'll have to look that up. I can't remember an Echidna. Paranoia is built for both Black Comedy and Slapstick. Yes, it is. And yeah, so I just played it purely as like a Bugs Bunny-esque slapstick game, and that was much more fun. Wait, Anna is Nauticus's kid. No, not Anna from Shimoneta. No, the terrorist from Shimoneta. Have you guys done a Rogue Trader game? It's pretty good for a long game. We have not, although I would make Devin run that because I still don't have the Death Watch rules down very well. So yeah, I'm still here. Keep asking me questions as I'm watching the survey numbers slowly go up. But yeah, no. Nauticus does have children. We like to joke about who those kids are, but nothing has been officially said for canon, who his kids are. Because there's a question of where they show up, right? Just waiting for questions to be asked. It got really quiet when Sam was not here. I'm isolated. Mike, the face hugger bit in Parano was great. You had me laughing so hard I almost choked. Thank you very much. I would love to see players as judges in the Judge Dredd world. I forgot to add it to the survey. Aww. We getting some dinner. We getting some dinner together again after Con Bravo next year. Yeah, no, every year after the Bravo D20 live show, we go out and go drinking. I don't, but the team and I do. So if you want to join us, we'll say what bar we're going to. I'll tweet about it. Even you guys can all come down and join us, and we will shoot the shit.
Yeah. If you guys want to come hang out.
Yeah. No, because we used to do the bar above the hotel.
Then they kicked us out.
Yeah, then they booted us out because none of us were drinking.
Because we don't drink.
Because we don't drink. So we just went over to the Honest Lawyer last year, and they did not give a crap, and they let us order more food.
Yep.
And Devin and Jordan just kept drinking pints back to back.
Yeah.
And I was Noir. I was convinced you and Volsar were scared of us after that entire period.
Okay, where are you? Where did you read?
I read that. I haven't read that one yet. And there was a question mark from Faceplant.
Wait, is Jack from DOA?
Is Zach from DOA Nauticus Kid? I don't know. I have to think about that one. Boink. I know there are a ton of one votes for systems. Yes, there are.
Rogue, Trader, and Death Watch are the same system. I know because I have the only World War Quick Start. Oh my god. Okay, so I was joking with the 9th level psychic spell that you create a ship with your own imagination. I joked saying Battle Barge in the Dream World. What would you create with a spell? You create a ship to travel to the Dream World.
Well, what kind of ship would I make?
Yeah.
I make Nauticus's first ship. Yeah, fun fact. We're going to be adding a bit of lore to Nauticus's canon to the D20 Live universe. Because y'all know Nauticus didn't always have a train. He used to have a boat. Okay.
Squall says, I would go to the dinner's drinks, but my ride usually wants an early start and has heavy tranquilizers to keep him asleep, so late nights aren't a thing at Con Bravo and it sucks. Sorry, Squall.
Huh, that jumped up.
That it did.
One of my games is in lead.
Are you happy now?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Oh my god. Whoa! That's a Sam, there's a 3-way tie.
Yeah.
Wow, this is the year I do not know what's going to happen for 2020. Because Avatar was in it and it won definitively.
Yep, this is
going to be neat. Man, after August, there's going to be so many new games we have to do.
Yeah, that's wow,
that's so definitive.
Just wow.
Yeah, no, it's just pop right up. There's 3 leading in at votes.
Have you ever gotten specific people to consistently play reoccurring NPCs? Like, for example, I have a Japanese friend who can play a butler in my Cyberpunk 2020 game who can't speak English very well, so he's basically the perfect person for the role. To be fair, Linkara is pretty good at playing NPCs.
We don't really have a not... Because most good reoccurring NPCs are...
yours.
I wasn't going to say that.
It's true, though.
I wasn't going to say that. I was trying not to say that.
But most of them are yours.
Thank you.
Because I'm the only one I brought in was DJ Sagra.
Yeah. Thank you for that, by the way.
Originally, DJ Sagra was supposed to be somebody else.
A new original character.
Because I was going to make a character that was like DJ Sagra, just so that way I could be like, yes, it's this enigmatic kind of character. One that we wouldn't have to one that we wouldn't have to lean on the already existing canon of where Sagra comes from, right? But I unfortunately lost the amount of time of when I wanted to act, because I think that was around the time that my grandmother passed, so I was unfortunately just really kind of bogged down, and I'm like, you know what, screw it, I'm just going to make it Sagra.
I love how one of the survey answers is interlock. I know you have it, and I do not have it at all.
We don't have interlock.
Yeah.
How much booze did they drink? A lot.
Oh my god, they got shit-faced. No one voted for Pugmire at all. I don't like Pugmire. I like Mouse Guard better.
I know.
It just proves me right.
Everyone remembers their first tabletop RPG experience, but who were your first DMs? Family members, siblings, high school friends? Mine was my dad.
My first, okay, if we're talking not dice-based roleplay, my first game master technically was the guys at Maverick Hunter Final Destiny, because that's where I started role-playing, was play by post, without dice rolls. It was just pure role-playing, right? Was that Candy Crush Saga?
Yeah.
Okay. After that, my first game master was one of my buddies in university whose name escapes me right now. And then it was John, our moderator, as well as a couple of our friends who get to keep their name, get to remain nameless, for Bessem with their Guilty Gear game. And that was where I really started to fall in love with it.
Yeah, mine wasn't my dad. Blah 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 blah. Mine was my dad, and we played second AD&D.
I like that. I can tell them that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You've listed what are the new features of D20 Live you like most this year. The increase of tabletop streams is second. Craft check is first. I really like that. Okay,
so what is the Green Ronin book on Anima?
Anima isn't a green.
No, there's a Green Ronin book on top of it.
Oh, so... that's Thieves' World. Hi. I've had that for years. Don't think I don't listen to you guys.
Friends, first was the best, second was the worst. What? Thank you, Jack.
Yeah, as a reminder, we are still looking for moderators for the D20 Live Discord, as well as our chats. Let us know.
If you really, really want to be a moderator, please message me on Discord. I will keep track of who you are, and then after January 1st, we will decide who will be our new moderators, and we will let you guys know.
Yeah, we're really looking for people.
We are really looking for people. This way we can give John a break, because we worry for him a lot.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever met people who make good GMs but horrible players?
I'm trying to think who's a good GM but terrible player.
I can think of more people who are terrible GMs than good players.
Yeah. Because generally speaking, if they're a good game master, they're a good player.
Generally, yeah.
I've met people who are bad at both and do both way too much. Terribly. Yeah, no, I can think of good players but terrible game masters.
Yeah, I can't really think of people who are horrible players, because most of the time people who GM really well also play really well.
Yeah, because they just hyper focus to one character.
Like Devin is really good at role playing, and I like every time he role plays, I really want him to play on one of my games because he's so good at it, and I'm just like, oh man, because
you want that one-on-one thing.
The one-on-one thing, also because of the fact that every time that Mike and Devin role play against each other is really fucking good. And I really am sad that that doesn't happen more often. It's true.
We're doing it in Ravenloft a lot.
I know, but it's
Speaking of, we should tell them.
Oh, yeah. I got Ravenloft episode 5 done editing a week early.
Yeah, so we just gotta put the pictures in.
So, it'll be up before Christmas for... actually, it'll be up today for Patreon.
Later today, because we gotta put the pictures in.
For Patreon.
How about we put it Monday?
Monday?
Because the Patreon post for today has to be the Pendragon notes.
Oh, that's true.
Which are done today.
Okay, so Patreon will get the Ravenloft episode 5 tomorrow.
And everyone will get it
And everyone else will get it Christmas Eve.
Yeah. Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas, guys!
And in episode 5, they meet Strahd. And I can honestly say that's probably the best part of the show so far.
Yep.
Is them meeting Strahd. And the rapport they had. They almost... I want to say what happened.
What was your favorite weapons to use both in-game and out?
Like, out of game, I'm assuming in real life, right?
I'm assuming.
In real life, I really am good with a shield and spear, surprisingly.
I'm stupid good at rapiers and bow and arrows.
Yeah. In-game, I love my swords. I like swords. Just like swords.
I'm also really good at just... I have nunchucks as well.
Yeah.
Because
you've actually had martial training.
I've had martial training with them.
I have not.
They are not metal. They are literally wrapped in like foam and everything. They're not metal. They are plasticky tube things that are wrapped in like foam, and they're 100% legal and safe.
Huh, interesting. The thing enjoyed the least this year and want to see improvement in quality is craft check. So that means improving the camera angles. And
Probably,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
that's
the
fine.
amount of space and the sound and just everything.
Patreon's coming in second, so yeah.
To be fair, Patreon is just a...
We need to do a Patreon survey.
Yeah.
But that'll happen in the new year.
Yeah.
And a lot of people just said nothing. That is almost leading.
Okay. Hang on. There's so many questions that we've missed. Do you guys have any experience with Numenera? I have a module from Free RPG Day.
No, I have not. I know Devin does. Wow, that's definitive. That shut up really far. But I haven't, neither Numenera nor The Strange I've had any experience with. Although I know that's Monty Cook's baby.
Interlock is what CP 2020 uses.
Okay.
Pugmire is more of a Derek the Bard game.
Yeah.
Him and Corgus Maximus.
Yeah,
Sorry, Guilty Gear game? Can I find this somewhere?
No, we just did it in Besom. We just hard-coded it into... Well, not hard-coded. We hard-scripted it into Besom, and that was it.
Squall was asking about Thieves World, and he's like, oh, wait, never mind, it's Tempest Thales.
Yeah.
Shadow Crown, my no mic, I brought up the guy who licks the poison off his knife. You said you almost made him a villain at one point. Don't remember what game it was for.
Oh my god. I'm trying to remember what that was. I can't remember where I was going to put him in. It was just going to be funny. Honestly, I can't remember. I could just put him back into something.
So Nauticus used to be a captain?
Yeah. Why do you think he wears a naval jacket? He's the spirit of discovery. Do you think he wouldn't have been on boats?
If the vote ends in a tie, just do a crossover.
No.
No.
Not for Bravo.
It's a three-way tie, and there's no way we can do a crossover that way. It's very drastically different
settings.
It's
very thematically drastically different.
How do you run a mystery that isn't too complicated, but also not too easy for the players who aren't the best investigators, but also enjoy a good mystery?
It's winning.
Mm-hmm.
This is gonna be up and down all month. Okay, what's the question again?
How to run mystery game that isn't too complicated, but not too easy.
The best way I find, not for a one-shot, but for games where they already know people and have NPCs and stuff, that's usually the easiest way, because then the problem is there's certain information the players need to know in advance to make a mystery work. There's the 10 rules of a Golden Age murder mystery that you could go by. Although one of them says don't involve Chinese people. Mostly because it eventually gets explained the reason why you don't write a Golden Age mystery with Chinese people is because they're always horribly racist and therefore not good. Which, for the 1920s.
Yeah.
Right. But follow the 10 rules of a Golden Age mystery, which I found out was actually a thing. And it just involves the fundamentals of mystery writing. And the thing is, with a mystery with a party, you can have more elements be spread out among more people, and it makes them collaborate together about all the information they get, or where it doesn't make sense.
Moore asks, hey Mike, have you ever played any notable blind, deaf, or mute characters? And then Jordan's like, I wish you would play a mute character.
No. I don't like to portray disabilities, period.
Yeah, did you not hear about that entire time where he played a totally unique character? Wink, wink.
Yeah, I had a guy who I kept joking about had his dick cut off, and it was the most uncomfortable thing in D20 Live history, apparently.
It's like, I totally do not have a penis.
No, it's... Unfortunately, I have to apologize for my ill behavior, because I am a filthy terraceman with no penis.
It's just...
I'm just saying. Oh, forgive me. Did I speak poorly? I am, after all, a filthy terraceman with no penis.
It's just... And then everyone's like, we get it! You don't have a penis!
That is how I do social justice.
Jack of many names. I had a mute character in Ruby game once. Didn't go too well for them. They did it to avoid role playing. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's generally like, because if the players could read sign, then it would make more sense, right? Well,
the thing is, if you really want to have strong roleplay with a mute character, you got to be very physically emotive to make up the difference.
Yeah.
The thing is, the closest I've had that's ever come to that with a character that had communication issues when we used to play Descent, me and the guys. Mm-hmm. And I had a character, I was playing Vicolas the Dead, and I changed his name to Vicolas de los Muertos, and I was doing fake Spanish, and no one understood me.
Face Panther Chan is like, I've never played a blind character, one who couldn't make perception checks to save his life all the time.
Yeah.
To be fair, We could totally have a blind character, and it would just be tough. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it would be tough.
You would make a blind character, and it would just be tough.
Oh, someone asked for a Yakuza style Cyberpunk 2020 game.
Huh.
Yeah. Fuck. That's just a good idea.
The character, did you what character did you regret most introducing into a game?
Oh, that's a really good question.
That's what Noir asked. Or it says that character did you... I think he meant what?
Yeah, Lord Jesus Christ is actually a really good idea. I might actually just do that. I know he only got his one vote, but...
What character did you regret most?
I'm trying to think. I feel like there's one. From, like, Terrible Warriors? No.
No, you didn't have any characters that came from Terrible Warriors that came over here.
No, that I regretted.
That you regret. Because the characters that you love, you brought back.
And that was 2. Now it'll be 3. With Arcade. I'm trying to think over D20 Live. I feel like there's like 1 or 2 that I actually legitimately regret. But I cannot think of them.
I think you had a couple villains that you kind of regretted not having.
Yeah.
Because I don't regret having... Okay, because the thing is that...
You don't regret anyone from Made.
I don't regret everyone from Made because the fact that every character that I made from Made was either meant to be disposable or meant to be a joke.
Actually, the Great Space Moth.
You regret this?
I regret it because he didn't go over the way I wanted him to. You know? I wanted him to be... Because I made Made right after I left Terrible Warriors, and I wanted Space Moth to be my new iconic joke character. And he wasn't. He just got stomped out. And I really regretted how that went down. Because I wanted him to be really beloved. And people were like, we hate his voice. And I'm like...
They love the giant space burrito.
Yeah, they love that.
Why, but...
They love that thing.
To be fair, it is the giant space burrito.
Yeah.
So, I gotta catch up on Ravenloft.
Yes, you do.
Yay, Sam, you heard yourself a hot toddy. What's a hot toddy?
It's a type of drink.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't drink. But
it's alcoholic.
Thank you for offering.
Does Scott call Strata Ponce to his face?
Yes. Every episode.
Yeah.
This would be my base for blue base Persona.
BlazBlue Persona Under Night.
Yeah. I'd add guilty.
Yeah, because he's talking about the BlazBlue crossover.
Nunchucks are illegal in Canada, Sam. Only if they are not protected, right? If they are metal, then yes, they're illegal, right? If they are plastic and covered in foam, which you cannot remove, which mine cannot be removed, then they are legal.
That is really surprising that that's leading. I'm really legitimately surprised that's leading.
Yeah, not the non-metal ones. They're sold at conventions legally. Yeah, like they have to be plastic and they have to be covered in foam. If you hit somebody with them, they cannot hurt people. Right? That is the only way that they're illegal. My opinion is this opinion not an official stance of D20.
Which opinion?
They're only illegal if you're caught. She admitted to them having them on stream. They're legal.
They're legal.
I may have inflated the results from answering mandatory questions. Hey, Mike and Sam, what's your favorite adventure path in Pathfinder?
Kingmaker.
I don't know. I really like Curse of the Crimson Throne.
Yeah?
Yeah, I do.
I want to make a parody video of... You remember when Bardic Productions did The Best Thing About HeroQuest? I want to do that with Kingmaker. The best thing about Kingmaker is the fact that you don't need any of the extended books. The best thing about Kingmaker is the campaign rules, which you should never use, because they're terrible, and you should use the Ultimate Campaign Guide. The best thing about Kingmaker is the final villain, the Green Lady, a woman of mystery that you don't actually see until the final module, building tension about what's actually secretly manipulating the forces of the world.
Just, Sergeant Spade, just wondering, any plans to do another Kingmaker video game stream? Yes! There's plans. Yeah. We have to get everybody together.
Because you guys really liked it.
Blavster's here. So do you guys know how to have a specific character flaw that relates to the character's powers, but have it not annoy the other players? Like a teleporter that is scared of telefragging.
Don't make it something that you plan on overcoming, not something that is stopping you actively. that's what's going to slow you down. Where it's a thing of, there's a difference between Shinji getting the robot and I'm going to do my best, but I'm peeing myself. Right? I've had characters I've had players who have specifically bought and gotten character who said, I want to be a Dawn cast, no. And I want to be the best fighter in the group. Cool. But I hate the group for making me the fighter. It doesn't work. It never works. If you want them to be afraid of their power, it's something they are trying to overcome. Because there's a thing of someone who is trying to overcome something, the group will help them get over it. And they will love that character very much because they can relate to that. It's the difference between... It's like Spider-Man in that respect, right? But someone who is saying, you can't make me do this, locks down options for other players for interaction, and no player in the history of gaming has ever liked options taken away from them.
I made a cryokineticist who was constantly plagued by head colds.
Yeah, that's fine.
If you had to pick any NPC to be D20 Live's mascot, who would it be?
Puff.
He is the mascot. Literally, he's on every t-shirt. He's on every poster. He's on the buttons. It's literally Puff.
Yeah, it's Puff. Then Fussy Britches, then a Naked Nauticus. There's the levels.
We did love the Space Moth, Mike. It's more that the Space Moth didn't have much to do other than the voice. Needed more to it.
Yeah, well.
So, can we get a shirt with a horse and a bird saying for Arthur? I forget what bird
Arcana is fucking...
It was a duck. It was a falcon. Was it? Duck was Attack on Titan.
Yeah, the duck was Attack on Titan.
Remember, Shinji gets in the robot in the first episode.
Yeah.
Oh, also, Michael Cthulhu stated that he has no problem shipping his weapons as they are classified as art, not giant freaking improbable swords.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Why Puff as the mascot?
He's kind of the thing that defined our entire first year. Like, I'll be honest, because you all know it. Because the regardless of all the work I've done here, D20 Live's kind of been defined by its first game ever. Everything that happened, everything that I didn't expect, everything that changed and altered circumstances and showed that the player agency was the most important thing is represented by this dragon.
He's literally the catalyst for everything.
Yeah.
But yeah. Now I'm self-conscious and concerned about my nunchucks because
You're fine. Thanks, guys. All I'm going to hear from her for the rest of the day is, are my nunchucks illegal? Even though
they're legal. They're legal.
Even though your legal sensei gave them to you.
Yeah, he did.
He specifically told you they weren't illegal.
Yeah.
You independently looked it up.
Yep.
Your dad independently looked it up.
Yeah.
Your mom independently looked it up.
Yeah.
They're legal.
They are legal. And I don't ever bring them out. They're literally tucked away in all of my other memorabilia. I don't take them out.
Yeah.
I don't show them to people because they're nunchucks.
Yeah.
And they're not made of metal.
So, thanks, guys.
They're you can literally break them.
I'm aware. I almost did.
I know you would have literally snapped them in half.
I did snap them. I almost snapped them in half. I thought Kingdom Hearts was going to do a hell of a lot better than that.
I was inspired by Jeb that a fighter that wants to be a baker also because he ate cake.
Jed hasn't even made an appearance in the canon yet.
Yeah, everyone's like, yeah, they're legal. Don't worry.
Yeah. Jed hasn't even made an appearance.
I'm serious about wanting that shirt, guys. Oh, with the horse.
Sam,
horse in the... What?
I found a D20.
Oh my god.
That's not surprising. Here.
It's not surprising considering the fact that we are D20 Live.
Yeah, hang on. It is... Oh, fuck, it's a magic D20. It's a counter one.
Is it yours?
No, it's not mine. It might be your brother's.
No, my brother has all of his.
Oh, someone left it here.
Might be John's.
Yeah, it might be John's.
John, did you leave a magic die here?
It's got a 0 with a slash in the center, man. It's just like... Mike found a D20 behind his couch. Well, yeah.
Jason, the guy with the Italian last name that I can't remember how to pronounce. That one.
Whoop, whoop, D20 Live.
Woo!
Woo!
Yeah, please answer our survey down below.
Yeah, well, we're up to 47 responses, which
I know,
is doing
but
good.
please answer our survey down below. It's in the links. You can find it. Find a D20 out live on stream.
Have you looked into the Starfinder adventure paths? I have. I'm not a huge fan because none of them are going to max level. They're all like really short by comparison. There is one from Legendary Games that looks really interesting that I want to investigate. and read more from, because there's a couple of really cool ideas in there that I want to check out. But I haven't, from what I've read in the reviews I've read, there hasn't been this is an outstanding legendary adventure path. It's been a whole lot of, yeah, they're good. You're going to come up with better stuff, though.
Yeah, they want Jed now.
They all want Jed?
Yep.
I gotta put Jed in the game.
Jack says, where would you put Asura from Asura's Wrath in the canon?
Do people even still care about that game?
I don't know.
He had one game and DLC. I wouldn't even know where to put him. Like, just as this... Because it's either we go to his world, which would be pointless, because Asura is the strongest thing in his world. Or he is, like, this WMD that gets traded around.
I think they want you to roll the D20 and see if it'll have good luck.
10.
That's pretty average.
That's pretty average. 10. No, that's 18. It's but it's not a proper weighted D20, guys. It's a counter dice. So, they're never weighted properly.
Terror of Death. Can't stay at work. Oh, can't stay at work. Just wanted to say hi. Terror of Death, when you have the time, please do your survey. That way you can actually vote for Gundam.
Yeah, just do that, man. It's doing really well this year.
Shadow Crone. I'm sad right now. The Man at Arms has not made a new episode because the BS that happened with Defy. I was hoping they would do something from D&D, though, to be honest. It was still hoping that Thunder Fury from WoW.
Here's the thing, though. I'm trying to think of a really definitive weapon from Dungeons & Dragons that isn't Drizzt's swords.
There's a couple.
Like what?
They have an entire thing for legacy weapons.
Well, okay, like, obviously there's the Holy Avenger, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which has been... But there's been so many different interpretations of the artwork for that. Like, there's no definitive... This is what the Holy Avenger looks like.
The dice gods have spoken. Perfectly average. What book do you regret actually spending money on? Firefly.
Yeah.
It's Firefly.
Firefly. It's Firefly.
It's so bad.
It's so bad. It's such a bad... I feel bad because it's Margaret Weis Productions, right? Which has Tracy and Laura Hickman in them. These are the Dragonlance people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Dragonlance, once upon a time, was the D&D setting. But just everything that came out of Cortex Plus was not good. Cortex has a bunch of good rules and good games in them, but...
M.E. Neon, are you familiar with the Warhammer Fantasy Game World? Yes. Actually, go check out our stream about it, because Devin ran a
that's Warcraft.
Is it Warcraft?
He did Warcraft.
Oh, okay.
Warhammer Fantasy involves Sigmar and all that. Devin knows it better than all of us.
He knows it. I think he wanted to do one of that, too.
Yeah, but he thought the appeal would be better for Warcraft.
Yeah. Have you played any long out-of-print World's Largest Dungeon Super Dungeon? I have the World's Largest Super Dungeon. I want to bring it over here, but then I would have to literally painstakingly transcribe everything over to Pathfinder. And that would suck.
It shouldn't be that hard.
It's 3.5.
So it's close.
Because my dad bought the 3.5 version of it. But oh man, is it thick? It's a thick boy.
I've held it. It's this thick.
Yeah, it's very big.
It's like it's a baby killer.
It's a baby. It's very, very big.
It's very big.
I would love to see Boken in one of your games. That's what Rusty says.
I don't know where to put him.
No idea. To be fair, we could put him somewhere. Put him in Planescape.
Yeah, he'd be fine. He'd be fine
so fine there.
Yeah, he'd be fine there.
Boken with a Boken? Ah.
Hello, my name's Boken.
So, you know Metroid actually works really well as a tabletop setting since there are multiple bot bounty hunters?
Yeah, I do. You guys never vote for it, though.
Okay, now they're just listing things. Michael Cthulhu made the hammer from D&D, Flame Tongue, Aegis Fang, Stormbringer, Elric of Melnibone Sword, Mike's Vorpal Blades. Just got here, and my god, the books. Yeah, John Palmer, we have so many.
There's gonna be more.
I'm very terrified that next year you won't see us. We'll just be behind books, and that's it.
No, we'll just pile them on the floor.
Or we'll put them. We'll sit in front of them.
I love how My Little Pony only has 3 votes. That just shows how far...
Rugrats got 3 votes!
That was your pick. You thought it'd be good.
To be fair, because Mike goes, well, what other settings can we put in there? Because I started putting... I was doing the questionnaire, right? And I'm just like, I'm writing in settings, and I'm like, I have no idea what kind of settings people would actually want to see. So I'm like... So I asked my brother, Dave, what's a thing that actually, like, people will remember from their childhood? And he just goes, Rugrats? And I go... I'll put it on.
She's like, Mike, put in Rugrats. I'm like, why? put it in.
If it gets no votes, then the point's moot anyway.
Yeah.
Right? Only one for League of Legends.
Yep.
I like the first Red Shirts Adventures for Starfinder on Kickstarter. Unfortunately, the second one is really lagging in production. It's a comedy adventure. Your players serve as on the Uranus Hertz.
Whoa!
Wow!
Oh, that's the system pick, not the game itself.
Okay.
Yeah, craft check is still, they request the most improvement for that one.
Mm-hmm.
I wish we put in more details. What's this? Not enough. Not enough. The blooper reels were my least favorite. That's fair. Nothing so far. Don't really have a complaint. Nothing sticks out. Meh. Twice.
Meh 6?
Yeah.
That's the total of 10 meh.
10 mess. If I tallied up all of the no's, you're fine. They outweigh everything.
Yeah. Have you got the Farscape RPG book, Mike?
No. I do not. I don't know that many people who definitively want a Farscape game either.
Have you ever introduced an NPC or pet in a game and immediately regretted ever making them?
Yeah, Fussy Birches.
You didn't make that happen.
I allowed it.
You allowed it. You're like, it's my fault.
It's my fault.
Put them on the table, stacked to the ceiling, and sit in front of them on the floor. As far as I can tell, combat maneuvers is the only change from monsters. What else?
They're a little tougher. You add CMD and CMB, and then you make them advanced, I think is the trick to converting them. It's not that hard. A lot of people are really enjoying the multiverse, which I'm glad for, considering how much work it... And there's 2 mehs. Did Ark vote?
It might be Ark.
Meh.
It's because people are done with League's toxicity, so while the game can be fun, the lore is meh, and people are just kind of done with it.
Which is funny, because KDA still have it, and that broke like 33 million views.
Because they're pretty, and girls.
Yeah.
And K-pop.
I do love how it's all this production for 4 skins.
Yep.
And nothing else. It's like not a content, not a map.
How would you do Dark Souls, not so much the system as a story, or Bloodborne?
Not so much as a system, but as a story. I don't know Dark Souls well enough. That's the problem. Like, I know it's really hot, but I've never really dug into the lore of it.
We need a grim, dark Rugrats game. I would freaking love to see that.
Dark Souls, Rugrats. You keep being born.
Oh! Oh! So scary.
Yeah.
No ponies. Do not bringeth the wrath of the bronies upon you, and it's an abyss that thou shan't escape.
I remember when the bronies weren't, one of the most hated groups online.
Are you familiar with Ironclaw? It's an anthropomorphic fantasy RPG without hit points, alignments, or D20s.
No. I've heard the name, though.
Send it to us.
Send us the name.
That way, like, send us a private message on Discord.
Yeah, we'll check it out.
Street Sharks need to get in line behind Corey in the house. Corey has nothing on Family Matters.
Are they arguing about just...
What about Fresh Prince?
A Fresh Prince?
Fresh Prince is the anthem of the decade. Dark Souls Rugrats, but you keep being born in Raptor's lair.
Yeah.
Dark Souls Rugrats, no items, Final Destination. Hi, Esquire. The survey is down below. Please check the link.
It feels like a really depressing version of fucking Binding of Isaac. Is that what Binding of Isaac is? Just a crossover between Dark Souls?
Of the stream you've seen so far, period, which would you like to see a sequel? Holy crap. That's Planescape.
Yeah, Planescape's leading.
That's scary on how much that jumped up.
I really have to do something. Well, we were going to put it in anyway, considering
I know, we have to.
But that's a lot of emphasis on that game. Mutants and Masterminds is right in second, though. That's weird that got jumped up so high. I guess people want to go back to find out what's going on.
Oh, holy crap!
Yeah, I said that was definitive.
Well, that's a...
I have no idea how to do a game in that, though.
Yeah, you do. Thank you very much. Because the Dark Souls, you have the undead curse, which brings back people and drives them insane. Imagine if they got to Pendragon, undead Arthur goes insane.
No, I know how I'm doing Pendragon.
You all keep having streams when I'm playing D&D. Sorry, Esquire.
they archive right after. It's not my fault. It is, but because I run this thing, but still.
Just had a thought. Do you guys think a superhero setting with Nintendo characters as the heroes could work?
Yeah, that could work.
The survey question about game systems is hard when I don't know which ones was used for what. Are you still...
Are you talking about...
like, which systems are your favorite, right, that we've used?
Yeah, the only thing that wasn't used specifically for its own brand was Fate for Assassin's Creed. We just applied Besom to fucking everything.
Yeah, Besom is applied to a lot of things. Made is its own system.
Firefly was its own system. D20 system was used for year 1 and 2. Pathfinder is used for Dark Sun and Ravenloft. Did we not put 5th edition on here?
I don't think we did.
We didn't put 5th edition on here.
That's my fault, guys.
No, it's there. It's there.
Oh,
it's got 8. So people like on our board like Pathfinder more than they like 5th.
No one should vote for DuckTales that has an intolerance for puns. But that's why I want it. Because I am the pun queen.
We know.
You hate that.
I do hate it.
I had to... Okay.
That just keeps going higher.
It really does. So, like, okay, for Maid originally, because I wanted to do Spirit originally, and Mike wouldn't allow me to do Spirit. But I did
because it's mine.
I know. But I did run Spirit for the guys. And Jordan can attest to this. He hates the fact that I did everything the way I did because of the fact that everything was just puns. All the NPCs were puns. I literally had a detective. His name was Just In Case. Right? And he worked with his mortician friend, Seymour Stiffs. And like the person who worked at the museum was named Dina Soar. Yeah, Jordan. Okay, and me.
Someone voted for me in the survey.
No,
despite the fact that
no, you can't put Mike in the survey. Mike doesn't count because he's in every stream. But yeah, no, like, cause like Jordan hated that game because it was so scary, and he hated the fact that it was just like, no, everything is puns. I hate you, Sam.
I think they just definitively want more of the people now.
Yeah,
because it's just everyone's getting consistently high.
Yeah.
Except for someone's fan base who just demands he's here. Nauticus Lancelot, Nauticus Lancelot, Nauticus Lancelot. Kenny Ackerman, the Lady of Pain.
Jack, would the curse drive an undead Lancelot sane?
What?
If the Bloodborne thing of every time they get reborn.
Oh yeah. No, they just
would
make him more.
Lancelot
You just degenerate more, but
I want to see a hollow Lancelot.
What cons do you want to see D20 live at? Meh, no opinion. Meh, unsure, all of them. Probably win Sweden, so it won't cost me so much. Magfest, YetiCon, TFCon. Really? Okay. Armageddon Expo, come to Northwest Con.
Tokyo in
Tulsa. Gen Cons, ZenCon, Enemy Cons,
I live in Sweden, so
anything South UK, Enemy Missouri, Houston, Florida, SuperCon, Origins, Con Bravo. Okay. So Bravo is really the most definitive. Yeah, Leanna K. They're asking for Leanna K. Well, let's just reach out to her, I guess.
Just In Case and Seymour Stiffs is amazing. Sam, you went Ace Attorney on them, didn't you? No. I actually for a really long time, before I actually was playing the Phoenix Wright games, I wanted to write a murder mystery novel with the main character as Detective Just In Case and his friend Seymour Stiffs. And I told Mike about this entire story, and he looked at me and he's like, "Please don't. You'll kill me." But I wanted to write a novel like that. The entire thing was just gonna be like, yep, just puns. The entire thing. They did a twist on the DuckTales intro for their recent Christmas episode. Yeah, it was really fun.
Really good.
The laundry files. More Mike. Sam loved the puns. Oh, an Ace Attorney game. Oh yeah, we should just write down an Ace Attorney game.
Or just a murder mystery.
Or it's a murder mystery.
They're all investigators at different levels.
Yeah.
Considering there's been now enough Ace Investigator stories with enough characters at different roles of the investigation where you can actually just have them.
What's a mechanic in an RPG you see consistently forgotten about and never touched? In my Cyber 2020 game, luck is basically never touched when it is great for me.
Oh, that's a good question. We rarely touch the mass battle rules in Pendragon.
Yeah, we really do.
We just go in, and that decides it for the rest of the table.
So, thoughts on the new Doctor? We have not
watched
seen it.
I have to get caught up. I hear she's really good, though.
Yeah, I hear she's really good. I unfortunately, after friggin' Moffat took over...
Yeah, you got...
I got so disheartened by everything, because I watched the 50-year anniversary. Was it the 50-year anniversary?
It was the 50-year anniversary.
It was the 50-year anniversary. I watched the 50-year anniversary, and I was thoroughly disappointed by everything. Not because of the fact that my favorite Doctor was only in there for, like, 3 seconds, but because of the fact that it was just poorly written, and I didn't have hope for the 12th Doctor. So I wasn't really happy about that. And I stopped watching it. So when I heard that he left, I'm like, cool, great. I'll wait till until everything settles, and then I'll get back into Doctor Who from the new from the new Doctor. But it's just we haven't done it yet.
I love how the most beloved new feature is the craft check, but it's also the most requested to be fixed up. So we just need to improve the craft check then.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Did either Justin Case or Seymour Stips know about the watchmaker just in time?
Don't help her. Don't help her.
Guys, if you want to help me make more pun names, by all means, just message me on Discord.
Don't fucking help her. She's fine. She's a grown woman.
They'll just come into maid. It's fine.
More questions?
Okay. Regarding Ace Attorney, I mean Ultimate Intrigue, did rules for things like courtroom debates. Yes, Ultimate Intrigue does have a lot of that. Yep.
Yeah.
It has an entire thing basically just dedicated towards like just role-playing battles. It's great. And I love it. We unfortunately never use it because I have the book. It's at my place. And Mike never wants
that kind of game.
Mike doesn't ever want to do that because the guys won't want to do that because they really like their battles. And there's nothing against the guys, right? Nothing ever against the guys. They like to role play and they like to have fun. Like they like have to fun, but they also like their battles. And that's never a bad thing. Yeah, now they're all just like puns. I aspire to reach H Attorney levels of punnage one day. Sam loves pun. Alignment change to chaotic evil.
I'm not arguing.
So this means no Doctor Who games then. That's not saying that there won't be a Doctor Who game.
Yeah,
because we will 100% do a Doctor Who game.
You guys just don't vote that much for it.
Yeah, it's not voted.
Yeah, like, it's in here now this year actually. Where is he? Yeah, no, he's not sitting high compared to everything else.
Not compared to that one that's winning.
Oh boy.
Yep, luck is a burn and no regen stat in 2020. You have to spend IP to regain it.
Yeah.
Guess the Guess the pun based on this name, Josephine X.
Josephine X. Is it a Phoenix pun?
Sam isn't evil, she's just ahead of the curve. Mike's like, please stop.
Anyway, questions, please.
Josephine X.
Stop it!
Sphinx.
Stop it.
Just had a thought, if you guys ever do a Doctor Who game at Con Bravo, you need Linkara to be a player.
Yeah. Not arguing that.
Yeah, I know, and my players know they're just cowards! Says the Lord Jesus Christ about the luck.
Yeah.
If you were to do the Kingdom Hearts game, would that be Exalted? Because characters are kind of anime strong, like run ventricle up skyscraper. Oh, vertical up skyscraper to punch living mountain strong.
I would just use the Exalted engine, I'll be honest, to make that happen. But yeah, I wish Exalted would do better. How is it doing in here?
Mike, would you be open to revisit tutorial videos, for example, how to build a Shadowrun character? It may just be me, but I find it hard to wrap my head around.
If that's what you guys really request, I want to redo the gym tutorial videos.
There was, okay, it's a lot of debate between us because of the fact that we've been trying to figure out how to make the tutorials a little bit more engaging.
Yeah. Because I tried with 5th Ed and I got yelled at for it.
And we've been tossing around a couple of ideas. We've been trying to talk with the team about that. A lot of them, because the thing is that we didn't want to be like how to, like, because we did a lot of the time when we were trying to figure out like how to do like, oh, like should we do how to make this kind of character in this game, and Mike was like, but then we're just gonna be making how to, like, it's we're making how to power level characters, and we don't want to do that.
One idea we had was I want to make this and this, and it was more of a challenge for us to do it.
Yeah.
Like how to make Spider-Man work in Pathfinder, which you can do now.
You're 50%
power.
Yes.
Okay.
15%.
Oh, 15%. Yes. Well, that's because you unplugged it.
You unplugged it.
I did not unplug it.
Yes, you did.
You're lying. Stop lying. Why do you lie?
We have video evidence.
No. No, we don't. You're fake news. Oh, shit. What happened? What did I do? Here, just fix it.
I don't know how to fix it. This is your tablet.
Oh, for God's sakes. Fake news. You're fake news. See, the fact that you don't have a reply shows you're fake news. There. See, I fixed it. So, did you break your curse during the last Pendragon game, or was it only temporary? Oh, yeah, right. I rolled well for once. And killed the character.
You did.
Jesus.
Oh, what is Exalted? That is D. Croc's name.
Oh, boy. Exalted is a game that is very much beloved by myself and Devin and Tom, actually. The premise is this. You live in a world that's flat. Creation exists in the farthest directions and is defined by 4 elemental compass points. Air being in the north, water to the west, forest to the east, fire to the south, and earth being at the center. The upper class of society is people known as the elemental dragons. These are people who can, basically benders, but they only bend one element, so don't worry about that. And they are the upper echelons of society. There's multiple clans who are fighting and fighting for power. And throughout the land, there are demons, all kinds and shapes and sorts. Some are demons that are that can turn into animals, and some are the Fae, which live out in the wild. And some are, and the worst of the worst are these golden demons of iridescent light, who blight the land wherever they go. And one morning, you get into an accident, and you realize you're one of these golden demons. Go.
Okay, out of curiosity... Oh, wait, sorry. Jack, I had a question first. Would you do tutorials in making characters in certain systems? Would love some help with certain systems like Death Watch or Fate.
If that's the way you guys want the tutorials to go. Because, like, I don't mind that I've had to do less tutorials this year. Because it's a lot easier for me, because they are, like, hour-long productions.
Out of curiosity, do you guys think the mutant system is the best for superhero games?
Yes.
I had an awesome experience doing a superhero game in Fate. We find it's the best one. It's not necessarily what you guys might think is the best one. There are plenty of other ones that you can make, that you can use to make other
There's
games.
Masks. I know Savage Worlds has one.
There's what's that one that I have on my tablet? The one that you played in with Quantum originally.
Oh, Wild Talents.
Yeah, Wild Talents.
Yeah, and there's wild cards as well. The reason I like Mutants and Masterminds the most is because, 1, it's in the D20 system and everyone understands it. 2, it's pure point buy, and you can just build what you want. There's no restrictions. We're at 63 responses. We are now passing the number from last year.
To be fair, if Eccleston had returned for the 50th, the War Doctor would not exist, period. Hurt's character was created for that reason. I understand, but Eccleston is still my favorite Doctor, and I really wish he was in there for more than 3 seconds.
That is really definitive.
I loved Eccleston. He was great. He was my Doctor.
10 was mine. That's some really definitive stuff.
So, is there an RPG system that is based around making puns?
Yeah, Baron Munchausen.
Yeah, it is. To be fair, it doesn't have to be about puns, just making around incredible and outrageous stories. Man,
they are really asking for Leanna Kay as a guest. How even would I reach out to her?
I don't know.
Just email her. Hi, Leanna. My name is Mike from D20 Live.
John, do you know her?
Hey, John, do you know Leanna Kay? We have this little RPG show that our fans are a huge thing into. They were asking if you'd want to come and do a show.
Exalted is basically Warriors Orochi.
Yeah. Like, if you like Dynasty Warriors and thought, oh, it could be more Dragon Ball Z-ish, congratulations that it's Exalted.
I did not mind most of Moffat's run as showrunner, but I think he needed to step back way sooner. His strengths were speeches that the Doctor would do, but he needed to step down way earlier. That is my opinion on that. Yeah.
I can agree with that. Because his speeches were good.
Yeah, no, his speeches for the Doctor were really good.
They happen too often, though, and they start to stop meaning something after a while.
The friggin' fan fiction of, let's make the Master a woman, even though the Master is dead.
Again. Well, the Master doesn't stay dead.
I know, but still, it's just like... Can we not...
I don't mind that the Master was a woman. I minded that the Master was trying to have a relationship with the Doctor when they've been enemies up until this point.
Yeah.
That pisses me off. I didn't even mind the casting. It was just this... I think she would have been a brilliant villain if she did in no way wanted anything to do with the Doctor. Physically.
Mike, ever thought of putting All-Star Batman and Robin in
Never.
D20 Live?
Never. Nothing All-Star. No.
I hate the D20 Live... Okay, hang on. I would always recommend Champions for the versatility of the system. The size just scares people. I hate the D&D... I hate the D&D point buy system. It makes your stats so mediocre.
Fair enough.
Fate's Super's setting is Venture City. It's also their cyber setting.
Okay.
Yeah, John hasn't worked with Leanna K.
No. Because we've been at I've been at cons she's at, but we've never properly met. I tried to get to know Ed properly, but it's never really happened.
How long have we been going?
2 hours.
Really?
2 hours.
Wow.
I know it doesn't feel like it, does it? We are, but with the way the response survey is going, we're going to pass last year, for sure, in numbers, which is good for answers.
Yep. How to do great villains in an RPG?
Okay. There's one thing everyone will tell you about a great villain, and that is great villains are convinced they're the good guys. And that is true. There's another thing, though. It's fun to be a villain. Well, no, I'm trying to think. I don't know. Are my villains good?
Yeah.
What makes them good?
Strahd is good because of the fact that you've made him... You built up a lot of the atmosphere around Strahd.
Because the world...
I don't want to spoil what happens in episode 5 because that's just not fair to everybody. But like the way that you set him up, you set up the atmosphere around him really well, and then when you actually had him there, it seemed like he was just
in control the whole
time. He was in control the whole time, while it not seeming like he was.
Yeah. Good villains are like... they are a product of their world.
They are, right? Like, Dr. Apocalypse is good because of the fact that he's funny.
Yeah.
Right?
But he's also part of the 1920s and that era of super science and when people would write comic books about juxtaposing science, right? Yeah. He wouldn't work in, say, 40K as well. No, he wouldn't. He'd just be funny. Yeah, good villains are a product of their environment. Like, you believe that they could exist.
Yeah, you need a good... You need the setting to basically build up this...
To them.
Yeah, to them. Because it makes far more sense that they're trying to abuse the system that's in it.
Yeah.
To be honest, Mike, what era of Doctor Who would you set your game in?
It's hard for me not to set it during the 10th era, that's the thing, because that's my Doctor, right? Or the 4th, because that's the one everyone knows.
Where did Quantum originate?
In D20 Live canon or in total? Okay, I'll explain both. In D20 Live canon, Quantum is born of the world of which he is found. Quantum's origin has some unique tweaks to it that explains why he is what he is. Quantum first showed up in a Terrible Warriors Wild Talents. Not Wild Talents.
Yeah, Wild Talents.
Was it Wild Talents?
It was Wild Talents.
In a Terrible Warriors Wild Talents game. And Quantum was entirely my take on... Because around that time, I was hearing everyone say about how Superman was terrible and all that. And I'm like... I was convinced there was a very specific way you could get Superman over as a hero at that power tier. But you had to give him the right personality and make him appear as that. And I did that. And I proved it right. And so now... Quantum now in his youth is how I've always kind of imagined him. Is that... For you to like Superman, you need to see the journey that he's been on. And having him be this sweet kid that just wants to help people. Like, you guys, I could, like, Sam, you can imagine Quantum in his mid-20s being as confident as Superman and reliable, but you'd buy it more because you remember the 13-year-old kid who just is trying to do the right thing. And you hope he eventually gets that confidence. which is what I'm trying to do.
Yeah. So Jason's asking, so is this Strahd pre or post Pendragon? If you can share, of course.
Pre. I'm a fucking pre.
John Palmer, would you ever consider your normal games outside of D20 Live being streamed?
The only reason why not is because of the fact that we're halfway through a lot of them.
Yeah, we are.
And this was a problem because Kingmaker almost came over on stream.
Yeah.
But the problem was we were halfway through the second module by that point, and Boken was in. And there were all these NPCs in Kingmaker that were just already so beloved. Like, Sam, you watched us at the start of Module 4, and you're like, I don't know who half these people are.
Yeah.
And that was my litmus test for that decision.
Yeah.
Which is why starting Kingmaker with us playing the game was a good choice, because we were reintroducing all these old characters.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But we were all very... It's why Boken was such a thing. And then I would just do Boken's voice, and people were like, oh, we get it now.
Like, I would love to have Devin's Pendragon screen to be streamed, but the thing is, the game to be streamed, but the thing is that we're already, like, halfway through the Anarchy period.
Yeah, we had, even then, for you, all of you, there's 4 years.
Yeah.
You did not see that me, Tom, and Dave were in.
Yeah.
That we were just playing, and then we jumped over to the new group.
Yeah. With
the plot and just ran it up. And it's been going on for now, like 3 years now?
Yeah, it's like... Because that was the first one I joined in here.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, it's been going for 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, it's like, a lot of these games, like, we would love to bring them over, but we already have this entire thing set up. It's just easier to start again with new game and new players.
Mm-hmm. Which is what the long game was originally.
Hang on. Odd question, but what specific century is Spirit of the Century set in? Because I forgot which one it is. 1920. 1921 to be specific. 22 to be specific. Revel in the villain characters. Man, at the game store I started running my Strange Aeons adventure path. The owner of the store has a thing for Savage Worlds. There's a selection very large just dedicated to this. Strahd is a hero maintaining order and stability in the realm he's in control. No, he's not. He is not. I argue Strahd is a very hard criticism of masculine power. Because Strahd is convinced he is completely in the right in his actions. Even though anyone looking from the outside can just as easily say, no, you've done this, you've done this, you've done this. I am the victim of circumstance. No, Strahd, you made this choice. And that was the big thing with all the Dark Dreadlords. Every single one of them, it's their own fault of how they got to their place. None of them they're victims, yes, but none of them are really, although, of course, there's always a thing of where they don't deserve it, right? It's always a good trait. But Strahd definitively deserves everything that happens to him, and I will fight that detail. He's just very suave about it, which is why people like him so much. I'm surprised all the Who talk isn't making Tonberry's ears burn, but she's probably stuck at the grueling retail environment she works in. She might be at work, or she might be working at the other thing that she's working at, like the convention stuff for Who and stuff. Shadowcrown, I would like to buy that more than what they did in the Man of Steel, where Clark has a father who was changing his mind every other line and such. Yeah, no. I have a lot of problems with Man of Steel. Because there's a way... The problem is with Superman, this is a problem I've had for years, is that they have not sold the idea of what Superman actually is. And the idea of Superman is he is someone who has absolute strength, and he cannot conceive of hurting people. And when you think of that concept, you think of someone who is kind. Who is legitimately and truly kind. And Superman, you don't get that all the time. It's why Christopher Reeves is one of the most definitively loved versions of Superman, because you could imagine Christopher Reeves' Superman being kind. The second he is arrogant, the second he is proud or conceited, and it dominates more than the kindness of that character, the audience immediately asks the question, when is he turning evil? It's why no one gives a shit about Deku being as overpowered as he is physically. Or when is Deku going to turn evil? Deku's entire breathing thought is about being a kind hero. Okay. Have you ever ruined a surprise in a campaign by a complete accident? I tried and failed running a Call of Cthulhu campaign set in the Darkness comic, and I accidentally mentioned it being the setting. I actually almost ruined Strahd for Arcata in the Pendragon game because of the fact that we had literally been talking about Strahd like all day before Ark came over.
Yeah.
And this is literally the day of the stream, and like Ark had been like hounding Mike to play Curse of Strahd, and he's just like, so then because Mike was like, oh, I'm gonna print this guy off right now, and I go, you mean Strahd? Completely oblivious to the fact that Ark is sitting right in front of me.
Give you the dirtiest look.
And then I'm like, oh no, how do we fix this? And then Ark's like, Strahd? And then Mike goes, yes, because I'm running Ravenloft for the guys. And then he goes, oh, okay.
I almost killed you.
I felt so bad.
I almost killed you.
Faceplant says, found the Terrible Warriors game with Quantum. Gonna give it a listen this week.
Yeah, you'll get a much more older, more put together Quantum. You're welcome to listen to it. It's actually a pretty good game. But you know, the Quantum that I'm building now is a lot more in line with what I originally wanted to do.
Where is Slayer's other answer stand? That's Otaku Cat.
Other answer stand?
Slayer's other answer.
Oh, someone put it in. Someone jammed it in other as Slayer.
Yeah, Slayer's is actually on the thing.
Yeah, it's actually in the survey.
Mike, how did you try to stop Arthur being born in your personal Pendragon game?
We didn't.
We
couldn't.
You tried.
I tried. I did try. I tried. Because I was trying actively to stop that from happening as Arcade, not because I was trying to stop Arthur, but because I thought my character thought it was morally reprehensible.
For Uther just to be like, I'm going to take this other person's wife.
And he was legitimately having conversations with Uther about this. Is like, what are you doing? This is wrong. This is legitimately wrong. And Uther and Ugraine's husband raided us in the night, and I lost track of Uther. Right? And we killed him. Yeah. We had to. We're like, dude, just stop for a second. Let's resolve this. He's like, no, I want revenge. And then I saw what Uther had done with Ugraine, and I was incredibly disillusioned in my king. And I literally had to take him aside and say, what did you do? How could you do this? You're better than this.
Okay, so Coupe de Jerk is asking, ever considered a podcast version of the show, or is the Sea of Tabletop podcast too vast?
It is too vast.
Two, the main reason why we went over to video is because of the fact so that we wouldn't actually be in competition between Terrible Warriors.
Yep.
Because when Mike left Terrible Warriors, he's like, no, I don't want to be in competition with them, especially for D20 Live, considering the fact that D20 Live has its own thing.
Fan base. And it was a YouTube-based fan base already.
It was already a YouTube fan base already, so it was just easier to transition to YouTube rather than podcast.
Yeah.
Sam, I tried to find a Chinese near me that does mapo tofu, but nowhere near me does it, and only vegetarian tofu dishes. I am really sorry, Mythic. Like, if you ever come down over here...
There's tons of places.
If you ever come down here, there's tons of places. Or you can ask me to make it, and I'll totally bring it to a convention and be like, guys, mapo tofu day.
Just gonna drop it off in a hot pot.
Just bring a giant hot pot versus, like, just a bunch
Tupperwares of mapo tofu.
Mapo tofu everywhere.
It's like, here you go get some rice. Just be looking at you like, what are you doing?
Serving mapo tofu.
At D20 Live, what is
D20
wrong with you?
Live.
Are you charging them? No! What is wrong with you?
So does Spirit of the Century have to be in the 1920s, or can it be set in a different century?
It can be set in different centuries. The problem is there are stunts built around specifically 1920s weaponry and vehicles. So you'd have to update the stunts accordingly. I think we're getting a Shadow of the Century, which is going to really round that out for the 1980s. And I believe there's a Spirit of the 60s.
Yeah.
Out as well. So there's other... I don't know how well those engines, all three of those games work well together, but there's your answer. In my opinion.
Big Mike, this is why I like the actor they got to portray Superman in Supergirl. First time in a while I actually like a live action Superman.
I haven't seen a lot of them.
We just saw him, like, literally...
In Elseworlds.
Yeah, literally yesterday. It was very interesting. I like the Lois Lane they have. She's very sweet.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that she told Barry to punch Oliver in the face, because I hate Oliver so much.
He's a jerk.
He's a jerk.
But yeah, no, it's Superman's kind. That's who he is.
Coop Division Rex says, speaking Chinese restaurants, I checked all the bathrooms of the one near me. They were clean.
Run! Run!
Okay, to be fair, they are getting better about the whole, you know, making sure that the bathrooms are clean, because a lot of people were like, yeah, we need to make sure that the bathrooms are clean so it's hygienic.
Oh god, they need to get a better writer in the Action Comics line. Unless the current story writer is good. I don't know. Is the guy... Oh my god, because the guy who's writing for them now, it's not J. Michael Krasinski, it's the guy who wrote the original Spider-Man Ultimate storyline. Oh my god, he's writing it now. I cannot remember his name right now, but he's driving the boat now, and I could not be happier that he's doing Superman.
Where did you see this?
What?
Where did you see that? Oh, there. Okay.
Yeah.
Then the horde descends on Sam, each with a $5 note. It'd be funny. It's just me standing there like with a giant hot pot and a ladle going like, oh no!
Just like, we're going to have it in the room. You're going to plug it in. Whoever's running this bill, what the fuck is this?
It's like, it smells amazing.
It smells amazing. We're just going to dole it out to people. In Tupperware.
So basically Strahd is a more evil Dr. Doom.
Dr. Doom is incompetent, and I will fight you on that.
Aside from Strahd, which Dreadlord do you like, Mike?
Oh, there's one... Oh my god, there's the Victor Frankenstein one I really like a lot. I like that it's the two of them. And I like the... Because it's the only one I really see kind of playing with the trope of the Dreadlord. I just cannot... It's not Mordenkainen, because that's not Mordenkainen. Morden... I cannot remember his name, but there's it's him and his creation, and they're constantly at war with each other, and the reason why, and of course Vecna, who is technically
John Palmer, to my question you responded to earlier, thanks. However, just food for thought, Critical Role did exactly what you said, and it didn't feel jarring or confusing. I do not remember what the question was.
John Palmer reminded us of what it was before.
I can find it, but like,
yeah, no, just
here, yeah, I'll find it.
John is back, folks. Welcome back, John. Any chance you guys doing a long Pendragon game? If you guys really like Pendragon, we will do a long form game of it.
Oh, it was, would you ever consider normal games outside of D20 Live to be streamed?
Yeah, they did do that, but I disagree with a lot of stuff Critical Role has done. Not from a narrative point of view, but from a production point of view.
It's just because for us, we're like, because for us, a lot of the personal games are for us to relax.
Yeah.
Not necessarily...
And let our hair down.
Yeah, because of the fact that
we're a lot more sweary and disrespectful. And...
Yeah, because like we say a lot of stuff that we don't want to have on stream. Because we're just like... Because like...
Mike, Slayers is not on the survey. Yes, it is.
Slayers is on the survey.
It's near the bottom.
So, but yeah, no, like we just... We say a lot of stuff that like... Because like a lot of the... Like, because like it'll be like... It like I will say something and then Jordan will be like, "Shush, you're a woman," and I'll be like, "Meh."
Yeah. Because or I will say something and the whole group will look at me and be like, "We are really glad that was not on stream."
Yeah. Right.
Because we would have been done with that sentence, and that's our thing. It's our way to let our hair down.
Because like a lot of our personal games are meant to just be for personal, us. Like for our thing. It's not necessarily of a we don't think you guys will catch up very quickly. It's they are meant more for our personal stuff and the fact that it would be a lot of work to make sure that everyone is caught up to speed.
But yeah, the other thing is too, as someone who really likes to be a completionist, the fact that there's a reason everything on D20 Live is in there, and the fact that the Year Zero game is lost to time, is still a very big sore spot for me, even though everyone else does not really mind as much. The fact that one lost stream is still not on that on the channel still irks me from a completionist point of view. And I believe that I'm a big believer of the old idiom of stage, if it's not on there, it's not canon, right? If it's not on our channel, it's not canon. And I very much believe that. Which is why Year Zero does not get referred to as much until we will eventually re-record it, which I still really want to do.
Glory greatest tofu.
Is that a thing now?
Glory greatest customs agent eats glory greatest mapo tofu made by wife. Yes. Okay. But this is kind of what Mike just said, a moment where Superman sounds resentful towards mankind. John's like, man, I'll find it for the fans too. Mom knows good places, or she'll make it to the Mapo Tofu or anything. Just really ask me on Discord. John!
No.
We don't want you carrying giant things of Mapo Tofu.
Just don't, dude. Don't.
The only reason why I was saying I could do it is because I'll probably have a car to do that with. I've been wondering. Oh, I've been wonder is what to do with the One Punch Man as a superhero setting. Oh, I've been wondering what to do with the one. Oh, what do you think the One Punch Man as a superhero setting is? Has a rank system for where beginning heroes to start. Also, Slayers is not on the survey. Why?
It's on there.
I'm like 95% certain that Slayers is on the survey.
Let me take a look at the questions. Let me double check because it should be in there. I'm literally looking at the survey right now. Period. Weird. Are they just entering it in?
I think they are.
Oh my god, they're just entering it in.
Wow.
All right, I'm not gonna pop it in. Okay.
Because it's already live.
It's already live. If you want Slayers, just type in Slayers properly with a capital S, because that is getting results on here. I am curious why people want Slayers so badly. Why do you guys want Slayers?
The CW verse is gonna have a challenger next year. I have no idea how the fuck they're gonna do Crisis on Infinite Earths, even split among 5 TV show budgets. See, this was my concern too, because the fact that the only show that's been able to do this kind of thing properly has been Flash. That's the only show, because of the fact that Flash is already dealing with the multi-world theory thing and the multiple timeline bullshit thing.
Young Centurions, Shadow of the Century, and Strange Tales of the Century. Yeah, so there's plenty of extra charms.
Mike, thinking of Dan Slott.
No, not Dan Slott. Ultimate Spider-Man. The original Ultimate Spider-Man writer. Brian Michael Bendis. Brian Michael Bendis is currently writing Superman.
So you could do a Spirit of the Century game set in 2000s, because that would have some really fun stuff. All this, that's the game before smartphones.
Yeah. Should I tell them what we agreed on today? Just reveal.
Don't tell them everything.
Just tell them that we have figured that out.
Yeah.
So we realized something. Since we've now declared that Nauticus is the spirit of the millennium, at some point he must retire in the year of 1999. And in 2000, his successor will be born. And we figured out what they are the spirit of and who their enemy is the shadow of.
It's really great.
Yeah.
Mordenheim and Adam, the co-Dark Lords of
Mordenheim, that's it.
So, Mike, what 5 colors would you use for a Power Ranger?
Red, black, blue, yellow, and pink.
Purple.
Maybe swap out black for green.
Purple.
Actually, I would swap out black for green.
Purple. I like purple.
You gotta do the colors.
But purple.
It's either black or green's the second one.
I want purple.
You're not getting a purple ranger.
But I want a purple ranger.
You're not getting a purple ranger.
I want one. Do I need to send my copy of Slayer's Bessum, Mike? Says Tipsler.
Yeah, I'm not gonna return it, but yeah, you can.
If you have an extra copy, or if you want to send us the PDF,
yeah, please do.
My thoughts on not My Hero Academia. Has anyone else noticed that Deku has not won a non-life-threatening fight or an exam fight? To me, it seems like he's the #1 hero because people are in danger.
Wait, say that again?
Has anyone else noticed that Deku has not won a non-life-threatening fight or an exam fight? To me, it seems that he is the #1 hero because when people are in danger.
Yeah, that's entirely it. Deku doesn't care unless people are actually in trouble. And that's part of his appeal.
Okay, I understand you don't want the White Knights to cramp your style.
White Knights, I don't get that.
Don't you worry, Mom would carry it on her walker. Easy, it's not hard. John! I would not make your mother carry an entire giant crock pot full of mapo tofu on her walker. No!
Stop it. You're fired if you do this.
Also, I don't eat too much during D20. What do you think I sneak it in? John! Bendis, the man who killed Superman.
Bendis ruined Superman? No, he didn't.
In regards to the One Punch Man thing, people are either civilians, Batman level, or just gods.
Yeah.
I only watched Flash and the crossovers. I dropped Arrow midway through season 1. I hate Arrow.
I dropped Arrow after season 4. I was like just trying to see if it would pull its head out of its ass, and it did not.
Laurel screamed at Oliver to get rid of the bees inside of him, and someone was paid to write that sentence. Someone was paid.
People lectured me about that article on Geek Prawn, where I was like, this is proof that Arrow has died because someone was paid to write the sentence. Laurel screams at Oliver to kill the pizza.
Purple 6th Ranger. Like, everyone's like, Purple! Bring in Purple for 6th Ranger!
Let's continue, would you?
Okay. Have to get to my next D&D game. Y'all have a good time. Bye, Esquire! Thank you for filling out our survey.
Thank you for coming over. We're at 69 responses. But we've also passed our number for last year, which is good. We were at 67 last year.
Bakugo is going to be a super villain.
Yeah, no shit.
Yes.
No shit.
I hate Bakugo.
If it does not end in him becoming a super villain, what the fuck was the point of this?
Unpopular opinion. I hate Bakugo so much.
It's not unpopular. I hate him too.
I know. It's not unpopular with us. Everybody else in the entire world. He's the favorite character in Japan.
I know.
I hate him. He's such an awful character. Okay. That would be the Violet Ranger, so purple isn't out of the running. In the past, there's always been red, blue, and yellow yellow was missing from Kyo Ryuger.
There's always a color missing once in a while, but...
Yaxtor the Illcaster the Third. Current version of Lupin Ranger has 2 red rangers at the same time.
Yeah, well...
Sam can be the 6th Ranger with the Purple Ranger who kills with puns, not a power related to puns, just puns until they go away.
What do you think of One Punch Man as a roleplay superhero setting? I've spoken extensively about how that is a pain in the ass to do.
The best number of responses. Maturity is my name. Hey, Rusty's asking. Rusty!
What?
Do not tell John to go to bed. You have to go to bed too.
Yeah.
Mike, you have no idea what Bendis did to Superman. He wanted to divorce Soup and Lois, but when he couldn't, he sent her to space with Soup's dad, then angsty son, because Bendis. Bakugo...
Fair enough. My apologies. I really liked Bendis' work on Spider-Man, so I thought that would be really strong. And I saw the Superman 1000 comic, which was actually really strong as well, so I assumed he was going to be a good path for that. I had no idea Bendis did that. I apologize.
Bakugo isn't going to be a villain. His character arc isn't going like Sasuke since Deku is getting through to him. Ish. Mineta is a trash baby, and I hate him most. Which one's Mineta? Which one's Mineta? I don't remember. I don't think Bakugo is going to turn into a super villain. If he was, he'd have to turn, then he'd get captured. Dude seems more dedicated to his vision of what All Might represents. Bakugo, I think, is Deku's old bone. He has continuous problems coming along until Bakugo can save Deku. Like he saved Bakugo, he won't grow.
Oh, that's fair.
That's
actually fair. I actually see that.
Mineta was the one with the balls on his head that he throws. Oh, okay.
Yeah, no one likes Mineta. No one likes Mineta.
The pervert is Mineta.
Everyone's explaining that it's Mineta.
Thank you, guys. Because the thing is, I don't recognize this character because I never think about him, right? Yeah. The people I think about
he's the pervert.
Yeah, because he's
not even an adorable perv either. He's just a little perv.
He's just there, right? And I'm like, I don't think about him because the people that I think of are Deku, waifu, other waifu.
Okay, waifu is Aravati.
Yeah.
The other waifu is the engineer maker chick.
Yeah. And then earplugs girl.
Yeah.
And the guy who can literally control people if they answer his questions. I love that guy. He's the greatest guy.
You don't even care about half and half guy.
I don't even care about half and half guy. I only care about the guy who can control other people when they answer his questions. I love him. I want him to be a real thing, and I really hope he doesn't become a villain. I love him so much. I want him to be a real person. It's just like, I'm not a side character, just like an actual, like, in, like, I was so upset when he didn't get into Class A. So upset.
I love you.
I love you too. It's just...
I like Deku best. Anyway.
There's a subreddit called the Church of Mineta. It's weird. Ooh. See, there are blue balls, then there's Mineta. I regret nothing.
Okay.
Momo is ultimate waifu. I think she is underused. Which one's Momo? See, the problem is that there's too many characters and I can never remember.
We don't know
them all.
the names, just solid.
Do you like Ash from Pokemon?
Yeah.
Ishido is best girl, and I'll fight you on this. I don't remember who Ishido is.
You're just gonna have to look him up on your tablet.
I know, I'm gonna have to look it up, because I just think of Aravati, Earplugs Girl, and... Maker Girl. And...
There's the Invisible Girl.
Invisible Girl. That's about it. And then Frog Girl, which I don't understand why everyone likes her. She's kind of meh. I get it. People are like, oh, she's so cute and she does all this stuff. And I'm like, eh. To me, she's not that interesting. I like her Invisible Girl. She's really cute. Earphone Girl. Oh, Ashido is Pink Skin Alien Queen. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, Momo is the creation one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. Yeah, everyone's like, don't you meh, Froppy.
Oh, this turned into a Boku thing.
I don't really like her that much.
Stop saying it.
From what I've seen, because the thing is...
Did you ever watch season 1?
I didn't watch season 1. I've watched...
Where she definitively, everyone fell in love with her.
Where everyone fell in love with her. I didn't watch season 1 because of the fact that I was just... I didn't want to watch season 1 because it was very much the... This is Deku becoming who he is. Because I like where we are in season 3. Because Deku is very more well-defined. Right? But season 1 is very much a... Deku is the guy who got superpowers late and everyone is wondering why. And I didn't want to watch that because I was just like, meh. So I didn't watch season 1 where all these other characters were all really, like, introduced and everything. So that's why I don't really like the Frog Girl. Okay, but it's also...
Her best moment is in season 1.
Yeah, right. I just don't... Because in season 3, she has an awful moment where she tells Deku that he's an asshole for not wanting to follow the rules. And I'm like, okay. Sam, have you watched All Might take on Nomu? That's the...
season 1 end fight.
Oh, no, I did not.
It's a good fight.
I know. Everyone keeps telling me that. But I didn't watch any of season 1. I'm sure that engine-like guy would have turned into a villain after being consumed by his desire to kill Stain.
Yeah. Anyway, do you have any more D20 live questions as we devolve about Boku?
Is it DJ Sagara or Present Mike, the announcer teacher in My Hero Academia, who wins? Sagara.
It's cute that he think he has a chance, but there's a real difference in power. Because President Mike, because here's the thing, it would be like, hello everybody, who's this asshole? I like you. And he gets given a fruit. And he just Sakura walks away.
Yeah. I think I brought the Boku. That's
it's alright, don't apologize. We're just gonna move on.
We're moving on from Boku.
Because it's not about us, to be fair. Oh yeah, Lupin Part 5's out. Fuck. So, we are at 4:36. Let's answer maybe about 10 minutes more questions.
Sure.
And we'll wrap it up. Rapid fire time. Questions, go! As they catch up with us. Here we go.
Not to derail the conversation, but I really enjoyed the Pendragon stream. The final scene for some of the characters need full-on paintings. Okay.
You still have to do the art for...
I know, I still have to do the art for Moods and Masterminds. Mike, what fate beholds the giant space burrito?
It's not my game. Sam, what fate beholds?
The giant space burrito protects the center of the universe. What do you think he's doing?
Night faceplant, Jan. Best powers to get in Scion. Chaos.
How did Steve become such a legend?
By being a legend.
What does the great space burrito taste like? Does it taste like the universe? The great space burrito refuses to be eaten.
When is the Ravenloft finale? The Ravenloft mid-season finale will be coming out in January.
Yep.
As Devin takes over for L5R.
Yep.
And then we will finish up the Ravenloft finale sometime in July or August.
Thanos versus Fussy versus... Hang on, we got so many questions.
Yeah.
So when are we getting another Mutants and Master Knights game next year?
You have voted for it a lot. It is coming.
It's coming next year.
Yeah.
Thanos versus Fussy Britches, who wins? Also, is Fussy Britches good or evil? I remember her alignment getting reversed when she first showed up, but is she still good?
Yes, she is still good. Currently, because Fussy Britches has a time stone, she knows how to use it, she would beat Thanos. That will not last.
Mike, will the Great Space Reader meet the Galactic Taco?
I don't even know who the Galactic Taco is.
I can make a Galactic Taco.
Do not do that. Have you seen the anime for the trailers for the anime Gen Lock? And if you have, what are your thoughts? Have not. Have you read any of Campaign comics? No, I'm sorry.
Would you invite the anime Pope into a game, or basement dwellers, shitbags not welcome?
Who's the anime Pope?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Is he a reviewer?
Is he just not a good person? I'm loving your games. I found this because of your May games. Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah.
Sam could do a retelling of Pendragon as the Ballad Trapesty. L5R, is there a specific period to choose from, or is it a specific fictional take? Mother's... I don't know who this...
I don't know.
No. L5R, is there a specific period? L5R is its own continuity. In the world of Rokugan and the Seven Clans, we will introduce you to it properly for the game.
Devin has his own special take of everything.
Yeah.
He will not tell us, much to our chagrin.
I literally yelled at him and said I needed to know what the gender of was one clan had.
Make a Galactotocto. Have you seen the trailers and details of Obsidian's new game, The Outer Planets?
I've seen the trailer, not the details itself. Have you ever read anything by Michael Moorcock? No. Any chance games with more players in the future? Yes.
Mother's Basement is the anime Pope, an anime YouTuber. Oh, thank you. Okay, we will look him up.
You ever gonna finish Deltarune? We did.
We did.
Last game stream.
I finished it.
Mike, have you ever seen the anime Grimgar of the Fantasy and Ash? No, I have not. We have finally seen... no, you spelled it right, Mythic.
No, you didn't.
Oh, no, the G goes in the front.
There's no H.
Yeah. We have finally seen a small glint of Sirius Nauticus. Will we ever see him really cut loose and kick some serious ass? Yes, you will. Not where you think you will. You know where.
I know where. I'm not saying anything. I'm being a good person.
You guys have to have seen 6 players of the Power Rangers game. What anime do you most want to see set a game in but haven't yet? Gurren Lagann. Do you guys have any experience playing Running Deadlands, the Weird West RPG? No, but I fucking want to. It just never does well. Like, I've had it in the survey for 2 years and nobody cared about it.
Do we have it in this one? No, I don't.
No, we don't. We didn't. I think we left it out.
I think we did.
71
responses.
Yeah, we've passed last year. Never mind what we're gonna get over the. No, Deadlands isn't here, and it's only getting 8 votes. And I love Deadlands conceptually.
I want a Deadlands game.
I want a Deadlands game too. I want an Exalted game. It doesn't do well.
Mike really loves Exalted.
Like
seriously, Exalted.
You would love Exalted too, though.
I know, but you would have to GM me.
I would.
Right, but Mike really wants an Exalted game, guys.
Can you answer the rest of the questions as Nauticus? Yes. Let's go.
What the greatest.
Deadlands Calgary edition. I'd like Calgary. I mean, it's not great. It's not Paris, but nothing's Paris. Not even Paris. Will there be any chance of the games being a bit more dark and not as dark in Goblin Slayer, but more like Dark Tower? Depending on what I know of Big Mike's mind, because I'm currently residing inside of it, he's trying very hard to make it more serious, but the irreverence of the overall production really does take away from it sometimes. If you really want a dark storytelling narrative, though, I would personally just watch The Long Game.
Jack.
What is the best owner hole in the multiverse? Mine. Noir, you're welcome, chat. Thank you, Noir. Will we finally see a small glint of seriousness? No. I'm always serious. Why do people think I'm being silly?
To be fair, you do wear,
That's my fashion choice. Are you shaming me?
I'm not shaming you.
Are you clothing shaming me?
No.
Are you clothes shaming me, chat?
To be fair, they also saw that one picture where it was just a black bar for your penis.
So, if you had to use a magical girl anime, which anime would you use? La Blue Girl. Exalted has a good book series. The game was confusing. Maybe that could be a tutorial video. Could be. Nauticus, what happened between you and your brother? Nauticus, does your train have any inabilities? More than you.
He's upgraded now.
Oh, so many times.
You have the reality stone.
Shush about that. Will there be any confrontation between Infinity Stone wielders? I hope not. I've got one.
You just have to watch next year to find out.
Would you ever consider doing a Magical Girl same game set in the Madoka Magica universe? I believe he's answered this question earlier, hasn't he?
Yeah, there's a reason why there's a thing.
Is the clean couch still clean? Yes, we just got it installed. It's great. At least 3 people keep staring at it at all times. If you don't have to have the 6 Rangers, Sun Vulcan only had 3 Rangers and Kyuinger has 12. So there, he doesn't have to have 4 people. I mean, more than 4 people. Or a Purple Ranger. I mean, I like purple. Not sure why, but my cut tells me that Nauticus is going to die horribly. I beg your fucking pardon. Actually, I'm holding the wrong stone. There's mine.
There you go, see?
I beg your fucking pardon. Is there any precursor to the clean couch? And so, what was it? The clean chair. Well, it was a clean top for a while. That was World War One. Had any ninjas lady that were Italian? No. Whom would you like to have on your train as a guest? You see, here's the thing. Like, everyone expects the Marquis du Sade or something like that, right? But my God, he has no chill. I'd like to have someone, like, really uptight that I'd uncurl, like sticking your tongue inside an onion.
So Connell?
Oh yeah, Terrawas. I should have him on my train. I've had him on my train, technically, in a previous continuity.
Okay, Nauticus, whose fashion style agitates you the most?
Armani. There's no color in it at all. I hate modern fashion. No color. Nauticus, what do you think of Rizzo the Red Priest? Oh my God, we tried to make it work. But just, it was always my eyes. You gotta move on.
Nauticus, have you kept in touch with your kids as of late?
I don't have children. Shut up. I wear protection. Is there any universe in the multiverse you are afraid to go? Fuck, let's go down the list. The 40K universe. The Berserk universe. Those are the two off the top of my head. Where else do I not want to go? Oh, that's just the two easy ones. Just anywhere where there's a lot of death and violence.
Have you ever met the Lord Ruler?
No. I've heard of him by reputation.
Which character that Nauticus has worked with so far best meets his standards for a partner?
You mean like in a relationship?
Yes.
Frankenfurter. That was a messy breakup.
So, Nauticus, have you met Glory Grace's customs agent? Yes.
Frequently. I torment her for fun. Have you ever met Glory Grace? Yeah, we hang out all the time during the streams.
I don't like it. This is very...
Oh, you love it.
No, I don't.
You love it, you salty bitch.
No.
Every time Nauticus, I have to take a second to figure out what the meaning is referring to. I had them. Carnally. Nauticus, do you have a run-in with Slan from Berserk? I went there. I was at a side village and 3 ogres showed up and did what everything does in Berserk. And I grabbed as many people as I could and got out. That place is terrible.
Ever thought of asking Super Mario out, Nauticus?
Oh, I have. I've had both of them.
I want to... No, don't tell me about Luigi. He's my baby. No.
No, him and his wife.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about Luigi.
I mean, yeah.
No! No!
What?
Luigi's my baby.
I know. He goes, oh, da, when he's done.
No!
Yeah.
My baby.
They're sweet. They're really sweet boys.
Stop it.
Even Mario.
Is Glory Greatest Customs
He jumps
agent...
when he's done.
What? Is Glory Greatest Customs agent related to Nauticus?
No.
No.
In which universe do you have the most fun visiting? I like Sigil, actually, a lot. It's just everything's there. It's like a shopping spree. What about Luigi's wife? Her name's Daisy. She has a goddamn name. And she's more conservative. I didn't force myself on it, you know. Luigi was in his early years before they got to the Mushroom Kingdom.
Ever think about a more direct interface or assistance?
Like what? Oh, interference or assistance. Oh, you mean like you want me to get directly involved in things? Why? It's their adventure, not mine. I've had my adventures. A lot. You have no idea.
What are Nauticus's waifus? Lala.
And husbandos.
Lala from Persona 5.
There's a woman in Persona 5 at a bar in Tokyo. Her name's Lala. She's like the barnacle on the side of the ship. She's seen everything and been everywhere. She keeps saying no to me. I'll have you, Lala. I will have you. I will steal your heart. Giant carbuncle you.
Nauticus, what do you think of Lord Bison?
You mean M. Bison from Street Fighter?
Probably, yes.
I mean, like, I don't know if... Has there been anyone that your Chubbs has never worked on? Yeah, his name's Dr. Terrawat. What do I think of M. Bison? He's alright. Alright. I loved the outfit when we met that one time, but he is one track. Not even 2 tracks in parallel. 1 track.
What is Nodus is considered to be his best feature?
It's my winning personality.
What do you think of every Link, Nauticus?
The different incarnations of Link?
Mm-hmm.
He's a sweet boy. But that boy would push a rock up a hill if he thought it led to the solution.
Nauticus, well, what is your favorite food and drink, Nauticus?
I love just a nice, solid Chardonnay. Sherry. I love a nice sherry.
Okay.
And softly aged brie over a nice open flame. It's just a full day there.
Nauticus, who's been the hardest to seduce, aside from that one customs agent on the fence?
See, they said you're on the fence.
I'm not on the fence!
No, you're on that fence.
I'm not!
It takes one slip to fall down a pole.
Nope.
Hottest person I ever had to seduce, Peyton Manning.
What is the name of Jordan's character in Spirit?
I can't remember.
Have you met SpongeBob, Nauticus?
No.
Right, personality, Nauticus. What game does Nauticus love that Big Mike would hate playing?
It's a hard one. I don't know. Because you see, I like Fiasco, and I love Baron Munchausen, but Mike likes that a lot too. So I don't really have one that he hates.
Have you met Squidward?
No, I haven't met SpongeBob.
What's your longest stint?
What's a stint?
I don't know.
Okay.
What has been the worst thing you have done to a player?
Oh, there's many players out there, and I spank them all.
Can you tell us something that you've forgotten?
No, I've forgotten it.
Tell everybody that you're running a Mario campaign, but then set it in the Mario movie universe instead and watch everyone squirm. Lord Goblin Schloblin. That's
yeah, it's Heinrich von Goblin Schloblin. Yeah.
Glory Greatest cousin watches the fence. Do you want kid Nauticus?
No.
Nauticus, who is Ganondorf to you?
A guy.
What is the longest relationship you've been in?
20 years.
Wow.
Yeah. Can I go back to being Mike now?
Yes.
All right. Was that fun?
Mike just answers as Nauticus for 10 minutes. Stent is romp, apparently.
Oh, romp. Oh, the longest romp? 20 years.
Okay, so now you're back to Mike.
Yeah, back to Mike. Can you tell us something you've forgotten?
No.
That's not how that works. Anyway, we are at 4:51. We have gone well past.
Sam, as Quinn, what is the greatest song of all?
Well.
Here we are, born to be kings. We're the princes of the universe. Here we belong, fighting for survival. We've got to be the rulers of you all.
Anyway, with that, I think we've reached the end of this Q&A stream. We are at 71 responses. The survey will stay up. I'm going to repost it later tonight in the Discord as well as on social media. The Patreon Wars will come up for Pendragon will be up after we get back from dinner tonight.
Damn, Sam can sing.
Yes, you can. Yeah, you really can. Apart from that, I don't believe there's anything else. The next craft stream will be the first Sunday after January. We once again have open moderators up. We will be having a sale on Christmas, starting on Boxing Day, for D20 Live merchandise. So if those of you who are complaining about prices, we are going to be doing a small sale on that. You can buy everything, including all of the posters. Again, all proceeds will go to Sam, and all posters will be up for 1 week leading up to New Year's Eve. Apart from that,
the song name is "Princess of the Universe" by Queen.
Yeah. Finish off the stream. Actually,
finish off the stream with a good night.
Apart from that, next month's big stream will be My Original World, actually. The one the entire team has heard about and has all definitively wanted to play in because they love it so much. Yeah. So, and with that, I will see you all next time. Good night, everybody! See you soon.
I gotta go.
Yep. Thanks for coming out.